Well, good evening. Akwaba Suba Jasu Media. You're live on OK 101.7 FM. You're live so your partner radio station, High Life Radio, Pekia Live, America Bruchmem DMV. You're live also Kings Jersey Radio, New Jersey, and you're live. And so on NASFA Radio UK, you're live at Danfa Media, and you're live for Migachu FM. So all the way from OK FM, from Ship House or Abeka Junction, you call all the way to Cochrane to me and the rest of obey me and do your messages and you're kind. It's just been like a little above a month because and there 10th 7 January any other President Mahama is yakunyaso. So it's almost exactly a month and DC. So it appears that both sides, NDC, any MPP, but the people who are struggling more are MPP for 1 month in opposition. I say everything my MPP for. And I am the one who say MPP must go back to the days of JH Mensah and Papa Oswan Kumano, Apreku, Akumada and Tomatoes to study how they were able to survive, even not going to Parliament in 1992 and coming back to Parliament in 1996 and then winning elections overwhelmingly. Well, it went to a second round in 2000, yeah. But the air of change in 2000 was there, and it was so much to me busa. Now it's an era for how they survive because this generation of MPP in Penifono, from party executives to just as a share the so. But before I make a I oral issue here, and the President Mama the reports now oral team no. At the command, also handing over Attorney General Yera Dominica Yini. You see, it's very important. All our starting and the Lord does not lie in anybody's mouth. And to be sorry, go baby, what authority do you have to educate? Yeah, cannot go for the atom. And some people say, now in a even private people, citizens, individual can arrest. There are conditions under which private individuals, civilians can arrest when there's no police officer. Now that's also everybody has a right to self-defense. They have a right to use reasonable force, even minimum force, to protect themselves. It is a would need authority to arrest. Now you are this arrest form. And that is why oral. What was the oral actually no. Because say they catch them, oral for including your senior police officer, senior lawyer. Only say oral doesn't have the power to arrest. In fact, oral is not backed by any law. It's not backed by any law. President can one executive instrument be to attach it to oral. Until the president has done the right thing, say what you report to know. Say oral for an so you can't do that. This is not a banana republic. And to the report now come out president, and the president has also done the needful. You see, it's in America, so full soldiers, yeah, Musia, Sabio, Brunyansa, every and penny for no hokakra. Musia Yansa, every and penny for, because penny for no money agro. President Mama knows rule of law. On him, power is no kutano. On him, the parameters, the extent of the powers that he holds. And on him, baby, also the power he could do. Into the president, Mama report now, what the Attorney General, the president in Castle. He's an executive president. Power is vested in him. He can do whatever he wants. Into all of one the report, no. The president knows a constitution. You are article woman. Every citizen there has a right to due process. Has a right to due process. Article 19 said before I would be better, you must have gone through the due process of law. Not a court of competent jurisdiction. And you kangaroo court. And you tribunal. It is another assembly of Parliament. MP Saya Obi daughter of a Medran. I disagree with that statement completely. So in Parliament, you see, your Parliament here grow. But let me finish with the oral issue. President said due process must work. Into no idea Attorney General. Second president, what to me now? Your president or Tigana, Konya Kessia, so you're swearing in, you're inaugurating, you're man Ghana power in us, yeah, Ghana for 32 million Ghanaians, the same president J. Nebu of mine, you do it. But the president said, no, Attorney General, you want my investigation me and say ingredients of an offense of whether it's stealing, whether it's corruption, whether willfully causing financial loss to the state, if the element or the ingredient of any offense are present, and if so, for Nkoaa court. Now the Nkoaa court, even Dominica Ini cannot jail anybody. Dominica Ini can prosecute. That's the power that he has. Attorney General to me for Biancotum with that court. Any rolling the time, no, they purported to even do kangaroo court. Who to me for Biancotum say me do Biancotum? No. It's not President Dema Dominica Ini, he is preferring or show you because a report or many complaints. No, Bebre, why they will throw them away? Bebre, why they will throw them away? Bebre, why they will find charges. I do. I want in a substantive charges. A prosecutable in court. No more Nkoaa court. A court to be a family. I didn't panic that the mother and I didn't say a child be near the Nkoaa. Yebusao. Assume for that matter, UABCD within the jurisdiction of this court on this date, time so and so, you did commit an offense or attempt to commit an inchoate offense, being a charge, will say conspiracy, abetment of crime, attempt being a then they'll say that you did attempt or you did actually conspire with Asumesi to steal Ghana money, steal Ghana gold, steal charge, near where they are twice to say Udifo and now dibim. Guilty or not guilty? They are do plea. One more for your money. Everybody go to me and I got you gold. I mean, got you gold. No, I'm governor go to. You will due process. I'll quite Ghana Constitution. It's a right that accrues to any Ghanaian. Secondly, don't know, yeah. You didn't charge the board and say, well, come MP. Honorable JB Nkoaa do, and they are 9 years. Under NDC, February 2016. February 2016, 9 years in MP. NDC and to me a prosecuting case, no. MPP and to me a prosecutor. I'm using my words carefully when I say NDC MPP because at the end of the day, no, they are Emma to me so prosecuting case and NDC and MPP police. To be out the qua, charge out the corner. Court to better some new market. And yet court to know that's one manufacture a first evidence. And court and investigation. Court to the police for. And you study investigation on the quiet, you be discharging the panel. And if you look at sexy don't charge, the board no na. You didn't do court no jury because I made a case. A woodia, a bonny and you do, a bonny ketwa, a bonny a big. I bet me quite a walk to mubie, a kumbie, a sentence to death by hanging it at the end. You do back to Bekumbi. And bonny and you do no. Ghana, I am a trial by jury. Sexy don't case me, I saw on a wedding and Pinewuna Okuno. 7 o'clock court with jury no mudi assembly to me and yet majority of the jury say branch in only for because media from day one me want branch and structure now me honorable JB Nkoaa there's no way this small boy can overpower him. No matter of fact. So me I've been very suspicious about how the police could prosecute properly. Sexy don't and it's almost a appeal. Say they are reconstituting constituting the jury so that on the case ni biom. What I say, but only power who under both NDC MPP 9 years we cannot find a proper conviction. A whole member of parliament could serious businessman. Now you're in Fichide Nima Mamobi Ashama Yedi Ombe who are working kwasi into 2 hofo. Say law no the law but you must ensure that at every point in time you are protecting yourself. At every point in time you are protecting yourself. What I say, answer the law because now not to be obikuwa. Ogboya kagbele. It was cafe slow. Protect more here, no. Because it's just sad how your politics or Ghana. That's what be on here. Because a politician can see a cry and he say, you think child is any you. So I like what the president has done. He's giving the report to Attorney General. Let's wait and see how many of those cases you see. But they are not I say cases from Opuni case to calling that as Aglemi to other cases near NDC by NDC or filing only prosecutor. You see, this is the politics that is killing Ghana. Politics na kum Ghana nenunye because on my just because a opponent And a prosecuting case until say nolly prosecutor. Ghana ebebro, ye be brache, papa, ye be brache. Just because the opponent and I didn't pano court into nolly prosecutor. Because I doubt to say all these cases, there's no prima facie case that can establish at least some kind of of course, criminal case, you'll be court. Also prove it beyond reasonable doubt. Then the cases you discontinue. Wrong messaging, and yes, sending no. Because at the end of the day, no, NDC ni bano no sudi sikabi. NDC ni bano ya bone bi on mo bi NDC sikadi bi on ma. Bibi a oye na anko ye sintonim le oye weaknesses. Ma sikabi afa ne suli ya nyese wadi. Most of the cases, especially if you look at the case against strategic Atadiana, they could not establish that strategic Atadiana. All that they could say was that, oh, strategic Niema or yeah, no, I'm a Ghana government aboka. And in any business transaction, any executive or take a communication to be obeying himself losses apart, except bank Juma. What is auto idea ojum? And yet, at the end of the day, no, 1 city and not 2 city be better. It's part of a year first economics. Oh, yes, you can do my accounting. A bit to me, Rasa. And everyone wants to say all these cases I want to be established because in the case of a year friends, Saglemi, Opunika is simple here. Some of them, there are other people that prosecution should have rather targeted. But so bear to the nearest prosecution. So let's see, Opuniso. The other people on the politics into Omaja, but in the case of Saglemi, ya calling that I am a war for Kessepa in Wango, Kentinga. Yen I need one go from Adome or you'll be our body. But there are people behind the Saglemi project. There are people. The last time Saglemi NDC got out of power, $50 million was paid to the Saglemi contractor. Where is that money? One a day. Surprisingly, chief director now. Oh yes, Saglemi project first phase, you know. You can't a contractor and say, oh, see 9,500 units. When CMU, na contractor na sa ba ministry say, Mama misikani bi onka ho. Na nipa no ya manage ma wo de wanka sa wo de busa ho say, e wo fie chembe hall na wusi, 2-bedroom house na wusi. E na wa ma mason adwuma say onye. E na mason ni nya adwuma ni nwe, wo so onye e bia flowing. E dan no one man sika o de be flow so nyina wie, ba mason na flow. Na mason na sa ma o sika ba on cheche, mami 200,000. Na me samfanya adwuma 20,000. Na me only first phase no o de be ma no. But a brony be ye guarantee between the chief director and the contractor mean we first phase no. And for me sometimes $50 million the amount contractor no. Ni na government of Ghana is sika. At the end of the day no, we have been told this contractor chief director now or review contract because according to minister who is calling that or no calling him because technically no, Ushama minister bia didn't be ministry on your technical person. Only a political appointee. Into more technical people, need chief directors. Chief director made to me on his own. If that is true, that is the story that we have been given. If that is true, the chief director made to me a review contract from phase 1 to phase 2. I think to me a deploy speaker with this best. How can the chief director alone review a contract and then also disburse money to the contractor without the knowledge of the ministry? And so you catch there. And somebody, you know, you're seeing the chief director, whoa, the chief director is dead. Contractor, not yet one of my cases starting or quarter contractor, and well. Hey, God, they see also. It's the same. Me see, the way, yeah, cases, no. The way, say, oh, yeah, Bonia, came out party mra power. You should technicalities delay a court process. O party baba, I know, most of my filing not the prosecutor, and it's a gun is kind of shit. At the end of the day, we must find out between the contractor, between the chief director, between everybody who is in between. Saglemi Sikano wehe. Saglemi Sikano wehe. We can't continue like this. So Donald Trump across America kunya kesi so. Yeah, charging no. How many indicted or how many? 32 charges. Oh yeah, man suspended because of a sitting president to me jail no, but he has the conviction on him. Indictment is on his head. Ghana Nkoaa near Debbie Obia Mbappe, you know. And that's one thing that I don't know what is happening under because under President Mahama, by first President Mahama's government, even Abu Ghapele was jailed. Abuga pele oye ni nipa ojeli no. Abuga pele a oye ni nipa ojeli no. You see, I would say maybe one my book. Where is this country going? Where are the institutions? Why just say the way we are moving Ghana, no, Ghana, will be on respective rule of law or Ghana view. That case is in there must be a reason. And nobody Obia said Dominica in why he has filed discontinuation of the case. Why? That was Attorney General. You must explain to us on which basis did you discontinue the case? Evidence be anyone now. Politics now MPP for no more. Of course, MPP for so there where you can see some of the cases so puni the politics. But then I was so much Ghana for no be say this and this and this and this and my cases near politically motivated. Therefore, we are discontinuing it. At least you owe the people that much. You owe the people that much. But we are saying and cases, and you see, I feel sorry for Attorney General workers because your lawyer is a kuku damomugo Attorney General Department. Yeah, you so just like that. Because in Shemo obey yeah. And so what to me my evidence. Now there no court, no more banner case way, just said no brain in a equal. And the free near course here, it's a Dominica in so corporate MPP or a case. No, so charge MPP for MPP for so body later to say no more so my filing only prosecution. Where are we going? Some complaints now Dominica ini. Hey, Mama Diama Dominica ini no. Before so I bet you my court almost so by and then I say way. Oh, we are calling this witness. Oh, this witness is not there. And now I am way. Let's adjourn. Give us another date. We will come back this date. My lord, this date. Almost about both delay tactics for aura. I mean, Kosife. At the end of the day, no aura no Kosife. Kosife. Almost about delay tactics. I almost saw my yamba. No, almost saw my filing. Only prosecute. No, my koda. Just as it can be obedient to government. We were doing free. It's just sad. It's just sad. Where is this country going? And Sika, you bet me there a road. Sika, oh, they are question baby as a glemy a dynasty no. Road they are cost a glemy, one cry one road to pay. So the President Kufuor time, the President Kufuor here Temasoga Kope Road. No expansion, nothing. So I no one at Central University. So road no kwa the traffic man 4 hours. Obedu one do 11 p.m. Not traffic ho. It is a glamisika here, a ship free. Me say contract and okay, do my why you super shoddy work. What do you done in here? Don't not go for picture on why have government abandoned? What do you call I saw more trauma teacher for you will be a shonto. Because so share a car, ya boss a glamihono. Yet no, this yet so, nay Ghana government boka. Obian koto, at the same kukobo, you see dining getting soppy. Contract and not also yes, you is one yet. On your road net one, on your ball a baby one yet. Road one yet. No, Sissy Dino, he could not deliver 1,500, he could not deliver. But I see, anytime anybody is talking about Saglemi, we don't talk about the actual issues involved in the Saglemi. Me at Titi and Minu me and Usika was Saglemi no Ashiagu. Minu me and Usika was Saglemi Ashiagu. So where are we going? It's just sad the way we are carrying this nation. I said, Almighty Nura, and Almighty ni Papa, and Almighty ni Mami, and one see a number of money when we are just going anyhow we want to go. But we cannot continue like this on this path. Ghana needs to be saved. And so the man, President Mama said, President Mama, into on some form money messy, he has to start checking his people seriously. Because between MPP and MSC and Obiabedi Sikanibi, but where are the checks and balances? Yeah, me can't broach some abroche. German, a minister, German minister, or holidays for bank because no one a loan because of your minister to bank and interest. When the matter came out to say bank no crime interest on the loan because of a minister, they had to sack him. But on my way, we are born out there per party be. We per party be. Na party ni di wechi. As long as party ni be di wechi no any no. Party ni di wechi no sika bia wo so wonya bia wo benya. We can't continue like that. Enchima. Unfortunately, you see, and crowd so I ban him rant and we don't read. We don't read. You think prosecution is done on Facebook? How come 8 years they couldn't prosecute? Prosecution need timeline, no. Prosecution at the end, a very due process. Go read your constitution. Prosecution any timeline. So our timeline and could be a number of court be a number two. And by force a case court. Yeah, the way to was said by force 8 years a prosecutor be no. And 4 years it's about evidence and of course your processes. The here says 3 years or 4 years or it was a processes no go through, and the process must be duly done. Yeah, video no mind the way I connect this senior MPP no doors, and I posted about JB Nkoaa Edun and we MPP time. He died in 2016. Well, why should he even be NDC MPP assembly? It's about how you bet me your police institutions na ye adwuma ye. Na se ye chi obi ana nipa ni deep bema. Ye mfa asem nto no so. Ye chi obi so na nipa ni to deep wa. We will prosecute the matter properly. So investigation ye be ye. How come say JB Nkoaa Edun dey? All this while we know politicians from Canada, Japan to a plus and I any modioku way, any modioku mameswali, any but no police have not so sexy don't know. Yet she sexy don't know another guy. There were 2 people. I don't know about the police Mujano. Police for the Mujano. And they use the other person as prosecution interest. Keep them by any police institution in must explain to us. 2 people were arrested in JB Nkoaa Edun issue. No. What evidence? And Amunya and Tema drop it back on. I decided to say you use back on as a prosecution witness against sexy dondo. The police themselves must explain to us. Because GD and conform institutions, America can never say. That's why there will be chaos. What should say then and say conform Ashama. MP ministry appointment. Hey, now you got to MP so. You got to MP so. Yakoto a party office, so your bubu party near your MP in your position. Now, my can't say 60 ministers, Namokas or Diagro. Or can't say 60 ministers, Namokas or Diagro. By force, will be in your position. By force, you will be a position. Obi Nebi, Obi Cobord. I know behind a Benyabi. It's their issues, sir. I was here, Henny, I can't want them. And we must focus on the here, near the fata. Yet, you say, I MPC or Parliament, you are more needless in Tokoi. Yet here MPC could need less in Tokyo. Now Japan make America for signing contractor. Automobile industry almost investing in over 15 trillion or 5 trillion in America. Japan car manufacturing companies I can say in Japan. America because they want to get into America because they say Donald Trump ne China any idea contact Japan any ally or person any collaboration. And the question is, Ghana na yeni sikano. How much are we tapping into Japan? Yet Japan so messy assembly plant. Assembly plant to cry Toyota for ne ade. Assembly plant to go musi cry. She that you full-fledged car manufacturing business. Yes, so that you cheaper labor cost. It yakan and kebet me attract a Japan ne ade no musika no mo de ko America and ke fa Ghana. Where they are at Parliament, we are fighting unnecessary in Tokwa. Yet the Parliament, and we are fighting unnecessary in Tokwa. You see, fighting because, and one of the things that the Biana make us say, Ron is Amboying, what I say, and he said, all my own reading history, no. I hear history, so called SHS, who be reading history as an elective subject. Who be reading history as an elective subject. It shouldn't be so. It should not be so. Because I'm here to history. And for being Parliament, no be a friend as a neto or daughter of a murderer. I disagree with that. What I say? I disagree with that. It shouldn't even come. Because as a neto, ne papa will be 80 years and above. The oye cannot be visited on as a neto. However, as a neto, as someone more can say, President Rawlings time, people died. It's true. Every will one time. You will one time. A champ will one time. The judges every year, lawyers in United celebrating Martyrs Day because judges were killed. 5 judges and 2 police officers. Kenofeli, Rawlings Nakasani Kromuni, Kenofeli. They were shot. Firing squad, Bundasi shooting range. You shoot 2 or more, Bratamaberia Bundasi shooting range. People were killed. And to your branch, and now name history. Now to all be history, I know about comment section. Now the audience say me at them. Go and learn the history. Rollins the time, people were killed. And the question was almost said, oh my, did they deserve to die? Because and they were corrupt in there. And the corruption was gone and corruption and were free for time. In any case, free was not even in government. We're free government called retirement or technicality order. Or technicality order. So why was a FIFA put added to the firing squad? Yeah, you know, down soon a champion see. Even if a champion was guilty of corruption, and no corruption, be any sagle media, I finally discontinuation of the case, not prosecution. It is out to me, a first opening case discontinuation, sagle me discontinuation. Why was a champion and a FIFA shot at Bundasi? What the offer testing on Nkoaa as well? I coach him baby a shooting range. Coach him. The day you decide to do unnecessary politics, coach him will test you shooting range. And see if your story will be the same. Say, oh, papa, it will be say, Rollins murdered people. And they are accurate. They are very accurate. My point is say, Rollins' sins should not be visited on Nebano. Because Rollins is taking the decision as a net of she had, you know, catch any papa on Gokumobi. But people were killed. Kokumansi Kokophobia made me cover a National Reconciliation Commission as a student. And mommy, if you could afford your by the can't say the role is the soldier for. She was able to identify one soldier. You could find it. You could know 1 BN. Michelle Camp 1 BN. You had the gunpowder. And you could draw some. I mean, I would be my operation 6. We are calling social media. This is history. You should have been taught this in JHS. People were murdered. Mommy Baku came to National Reconciliation Commission. Or see number 4. When who from 79, all she wants is she wants to know the whereabouts of her husband and children. There was another man who came from Denmark, or see in 79, or Ghana as a student, because now on scholarship or the car by that same pickup. Police soldier for chair bono de Nkoaa airport, area Sunday call International Conference Center or that cement so. Papa Rollins or call from nowhere. He died. You didn't from ambulance. I want national baby and National Reconciliation Commission. We were sitting. Hey, baby, as right was a CA. And one city all the way to Kolebu. The man died before they got to Kolebu. This is I was there reporting for National Reconciliation Commission. I was there. This man bought Rollins in Keke. Oh we. It is how Kolana waging or from no be can't send you. The only problem I have is this should not be in Parliament. Anyway, and this is a cocker and a daughter of a murderer because any can Obia papa so near Surabofo and Obia papa to be a problem. Obia papa so Nanso on home. But a free funny, a yimoni a free fat, a champion on the idea. I mean, people, this is history. It's clear. But I'm saying, say, Parliament, what do you hear? And say, all the fatter. This is the only parliament to the highest order. What they are from 96 or from there, we haven't descended into the gutters like this parliament. NDC, I say, ayo, where Kakama. No, they are not on Precoca. I say, and Mushia, wait for Momo. It's all unnecessary. You are too baby, worry. Said the country must go kind. What we need, worry. And then the Electoral Commission for releasing the gazetted presidential results. Ushema, before they lost fair and square. They lost fair and square. Before any year. I don't know about lose fair and square because the amount of voter people lose and nobody can claim the 41% for MPP, 57% for Mama. Why is God it focus on the unnecessary. They here somewhere and some other things. I mean, like it's just a to me because to say that Ben politics they focus on national issues. National issues don't come. National issues. Their politics kakana. I mean, the people are all over the place talking about it. Yeah, they still are. In Crawford Petica Comukrum, signing treaties at Akasiano, yeah, there be. Yeah, there be politics and here. And and Yama MYN and so let me take you back and I will come back and read some of the comment amoka didi atem them as you can insult the any obi ahwe me hu a no answer my block you now call baby because I have intellectuals yenya one person cry no here masa I guess get away sing do rewa get away sing do rewa it's not about nipa 1 million ebe no mu nyina yesebi ade no wo form ade be penisa obi answer na dem because Ghana and the air koye nim no Ghana man and everybody who is a citizen has a right to speak. Enkoka jobi akasa dodo. Obia wa no. Obia wa no. Abrante text brako cannot if ya. Omo ka say ezeneto asem no mo nti ase no. Omo ni one no be call for bloody widow. Yes, I remember. Jako ayawa so west wogon MP wu ye. Na yire bedi na dia na yire contest. People had the balls and the audacity to call mama no bloody widow. You condemn me. Sound as an eto, the ignorance you condemn me. 2 wrongs don't make a right. But me, the point is that so because a role is the time you kunkofa, it is accurate because yes, people were killed. People were killed in Teshi shooting range. Koho, ubewo amu sama amu ghost namo. Uko Teshi shooting range, ubewo amu ghost namo. Uko judges mbusa lawyers the every year BIA Martyrs Day. Judges and senior police military officers were killed. Yes, she omo. Oh, bundasi awotema. Yes, she omo. About time judge. Justice Akode, Justice Corinthiado. Ne oye nursing mother ne ba wawo foforo. Yeah, she was killed. And the people who investigated Inspector Yidana, when I was at the Reconciliation Commission, Papa to testify, he wrote a book about the murder of the judges. He wrote a book about the murder of the judges. What happened? I don't know trust our book on the murder of the judges. Oh, yes, so narrow down on murder of the judges now. And Papa no yes on the kuno to Janico exile. Yidana, I was there when the man came to testify. Kano Asasijima came to testify. All these names, generation when if there was a deliberate attempt to change history, said about but people were killed. Me Mr. Everybody and then Netitema. Mr. Everybody Titema come to 8, maybe to come to 9. The history has to be told so that this generation betting here maybe at it and you be beer now see I am politics. And you be beer and I see I am politics. No credit one here can but me say I know the man thank of to as a neto so because as a neto onkumobia as a neto has not committed any murder. She is an innocent person. Ne papa na ni regime bibi also and yet as a neto time. But let me take you to President Mama the entire because say to me filing non prosecutor in opunimu cases ne saglemi cases and say all right yes so obi ya bechi ni bi o MPP ni bi obo de kokota they will play the late artists MPP ba no so ma filing non prosecutor ti Ghana sikare de dia na nkofo be di because ye nchi obi ya ye che wa ye court pe pesika we sika ni bi gu one ma de be lawyer enti ye che wa no pe lawyer wa bo captain ba na wa be enti then 10th parliament ne ba now so no it's sad. What kind of country is this? What kind of country is this where justice is no longer justice? Nkoaa is no longer Nkoaa. Fact is no longer fact. They be just action. Baby, let me play you, President Mama.
To the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, and I give him firm instructions to commence immediate investigations into the cases reported in here with a view to prosecuting anyone found liable for corruption or related offenses. To those who think they can defraud the state and escape justice, let this serve as a strong warning. Ghana is no longer a safe haven for corruption. To those who stand for integrity, accountability, and the rule of law, I assure you that this government remains your steadfast partner in building a nation where honesty and hard work are rewarded. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a defining moment in our fight against corruption. We must all play our parts, citizens, civil society, the media, and public officials alike. Together, we will build a Ghana that is just, transparent, and prosperous for generations to come. The findings of this report make for sober reading. They reveal the scale of financial leakages that have cost our nation dearly. Resources that should have been invested in education, healthcare, infrastructure, and social development But they also offer hope that through our collective efforts, we can reclaim what is ours and deter future acts of economic sabotage. As we receive this report, let me assure the Ghanaian people that the work does not end here. The recommendations of the report will be carefully studied, and where legal action and investigations are warranted, they will be pursued without fear or favor. Every peso recovered will be channeled back into national development, and mechanisms will be strengthened to prevent such losses in the future.
Well, until President Mama no. Or say every peso bia almost a beka bia no. Peso bia almost a beka bia mo de beka to national office mo. But say on sabeka ni assembly because opuni there nobody could recover anything. What you say? Saglemi nobody could recover anything. Still sikana won kofo ni bottom. Omo yesu omo wuni ni omo wu with the scanner mo omo busuafo. You see, the point is that where Omani interest no Omani sikana, who is protecting it? Who is protecting it? Eti yakana se ne beko empeni for no so yera and also Bempire Deputy Director of Communication MPP and yera Fifi Asante and Perry to Deputy Director of Communications Emma NDC UK. Omunyina bejo ene ene ahwe se ne etem ni nyina. But again, like I'm saying, a friend saying 1 month MPP for now, and this state for that MPP for you as a way catch the way no catch the way. I see a lot of them doing that in Omo, you know, Omo party for in a way. I don't know. One more opposition. I don't know. Still, I know. As if we Vincent as if we or the Cotton away and away and away. I think it's very unnecessary. What are people doing? 1 month in a opposition, no more bell when I say moon to me. 1 month moon to me. You should be able to contain yourself. What the cotton wine so 1 month, no more the cotton wine. I say wait, pray to wait, so no, I pray to wait. So it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. Yeah, it's just say you be focus on Niema. A bet to me, Abuano on mine acronym. And only some they are mine bet me acronym. Yet say you stole one here. What say? I mean, I'm MPP, and then you home a MPP communicators. A back lawyer branch your back. Okay, so now to say, Mama Danny, a clearing agent. I'm like, more MPP for when NDC tried to label you as clearing agent. Most of the argument is 1 month, the power are you doing the same thing? Communication has to be strategically done. Munya botre. And you are exposing yourself now. As a voice, and a CEO's nibi, a coffee to see, and a SIC boss. 1 month in opposition, you are as confusion. There's no coordination. Now, opposition communication saying, you must be consistent, coordinate. Mr. Monko DH Mensa, and none also. Monko DH Mensa records, Monko found the papers, now reading what he did. In 1992, there was nobody in parliament, too. But opposition at DH Mensa outside parliament was more effective than the opposition MPP for Moye Disesiano. Confusion. John Boyd didn't need number. I think one of the things that John Boyd said was very instrumental. I said, and Kofonja Casa normal Casadodo. Obiakas, I don't even know what is your problem. Well, lose 41% for MPP, 57. This is a fair win for Mahama. Obi Wiemu to me, Wiemu 100%. This is a huge margin. More Casamukoya homework. One almost a magia to himself of Muadi. Kofo a J and Kofo a one candy. And go for a grassroots for Nibi. Communications, the capra my boys never form. Now, also been Pankasaba has said, oh, Fred, big crowd being paid. Do your homework. Stop attacking Mahama. Mama, 1 month. Do your homework. Because mobile confused will be mobile confused. 2028, you will not have a message. 2028, you will not have a message. Go back and check. Go back and check. A Juma, JH Mensa from 92 to 96, 96 to 2000, and find out why they were so effective, even without the numbers, even in the face of somebody like a Rollins. Rollins is a no-nonsense person. And yet, 1 month depend on confusion. Wake up, no, that is not a good look for you. People are confused. You can see confusion from parliament. This is the only parliament. Yeah. Committee over committee. Committee to supervise appointment committee. Hey, what kind of committee for committee? It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. And that shows you the level of confusion. Said the American are not on prayer. Kobu say not on prayer, but say, or see, I attack NDC for sure. He was reacting because NDC for no so say you see, but 2 wrongs don't make a right. Say NDC for can be wronger. The police to arrest them. This is what he was saying.
No more margin somebody to withdraw, some they will continue. They are not going to allow the EC to call. Now we got to say MPP for, and now say MPP ni any NDC ni ekwa. Wa MPP ni no na yam bu NDC ni. We are giving the EC 1 week. 1 week. 1 week, 7 days. The EC must come and declare our candidate as the winner of the general election. If the NDC led by Mahama Yariga will not be reasonable, no matter as you say, Ablekumanov, based on all the evidence available, the winner, no more margin somebody to withdraw, some they will continue. They are not going to allow the EC to collect. Asumbia di asunjamu nyebi wapade. Se IGP ayana against obeye shahan na ekrofwe akoswe di kwasiasam etwitwasam wa. We will continue to demonstrate.
Well, this is what honorable Kanya said. This is in bad taste. This is in bad taste. What you say? Because NDC for crack can be said all kind of. We haven't seen that video. One hour can. What you say? 1 hour can. But it was said we reporting the bona fide institutions are or move to me investigation. And ya wo and what I was signed back. Now we can assembly bill but Yebusa not say this is what he was responding to.
Young man is now being made director of operation at the presidency. Bandi was his name. He says that they are going to sacrifice. Some are even reported he said they are going to kill the minority leader. They are going to sacrifice the minority leader.
Mustafa Bandi.
And nobody doesn't. You don't see anything wrong with it. I said we should defend ourselves. I'm saying it again. Our party rank and file should defend ourselves.
And see, this is the explanation. Honorable and not on pray a day man. But I mean, I did a bonnie, papa. Let's call it spade a spade. At the end of the day, Ghana, Maya, we must protect. Enyagro, we must protect our man. But yamba your issues so near him telephone and you can say them can era Fifi and Perry, Asante and Perry, a deputy director of communications man, NDC, UK. Era NSO also been passed a deputy communications officer, Emma MPP. On also and then era NSO also been passed trended. So why Daniel said they also been, but you need to come and explain to Ghana for. Almost what Johnny, what Johnny was say UK was said them in so UK now what there. I don't know what happened. We'll deal with those issues. If you can remember, good evening, Nkoaa. If you want to move microphone, it be a microphone in mind.
Yes, very good evening to you. If you are any for our muti and you may okay 105.7
101.7 FM. It's all confusing with UK national radio
101.7 FM.
Yeah. But my mom, besides 1 month in a bind, 1 month in opposition. What do you think? Well, make us a one cast access here. Obey access anything.
What be said? Let me say 1 month in Abemu in Sembebre Akoso, but it's so good. But answer na mekosomo. I was listening to a lot of your preliminaries and me touching Niamaka.
Go ahead.
Sana yako the 1 month spend the war abemono. If you no credit SSC history and it's good you started with history. O can send be assembly bi ohwa na me akola enti nyama ni bi ohwa me hu bi ebi ohwa me ankasa misua bi. But say ye betre history there. As I see, started history no right from the beginning. Look, Ghana that one. We have had killings throughout from Nkoaa time Umutu Nkrumah, going through a military coup and overthrown of Nkrumah. Nipe wuye essen any other coup. This has been kept. And who did this? It was the same Nkoaa Busia party, the NPP today. So, but say ye be film, na say ye ko bi o baby a na ya nye pepepe. So near ya nye pepepe. These are very, 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 very important. Look, country via what dark history. Let's note this. Every country in the world has a dark history, including the United Kingdom, including the America, even the Western countries. They have a lot more dark history than us. As Ghana, we are even blessed in comparison to many of the African countries. Ghana, you need dark history. Some African countries almost serious dark history. Enti say asamuba asisiye nyina ye condemn no. But see Johnny Ekase Rollins tesono. Yes, we but to Rollins was kofobedi adie. I remember national reconciliation. Rollins was put, they were trying to find fault on the man. There was no fault found because Rollins did not pull any trigger. Yes, in Nkoaa, it take advantage. You did mention of the judges and what have you. I remember Amate.
Yeah, that means Rollins issue, no, but Rollins issue, no, what's your 1992 constitution? There's indemnity clause. So Obiam tried to find anything because the indemnity clause prevents anybody from holding any government for any killing 79, 81, and that's what that's the essence of indemnity clause in our constitution. There was no investigation. The reconciliation commission was to compensate or more, no more affected, but not to find fault against anyone because all those killings were protected under the indemnity clause in the 1992 constitution. That's information for you.
That is correct. But during the reconciliation, there were a lot of questions that was thrown to him. I believe, sir, only me now we know that. So
questions thrown to who? Rollins was never given a question until one occasion. He was brought with one question. He was subpoenaed. Or one person volunteer until they had to subpoena him to come. And the question was about tapes, CBR, Susudis, ever testify, yes, sir. People had been killed. The allegation against Susudis, they said, or not no put that camera recording. So they asked one and said, Unim baby are recordings, the tapes no war. And also the bodyguard no. Now who at the time?
If you are said there were people like Amate Fio, people who studied Ghanaian history could go and read and find this, who were found guilty of killing of these judges, including others. Why? Because they said it themselves. These judges, because they had issue, and our judges knew really against it. So during the revolution, these people took laws into their hands. And unfortunately, it happens during that time.
But why they are okay? Judges need now. Judges need your body.
Maybe me can't Amate Fio no.
Okay.
Amate Fio.
Okay.
Amate Fio. You know Amate Fio.
I know Amate Fio. Yeah.
So he was killed among, and they confirmed say yes. In Yemebia as a civilian, he was.
But Amate Fio had his response. Take his response in context. He said he was set up. Because they were sent.
In a nutshell, there is nothing that has found Rollins pulled a gun or a trigger and killed anybody. So that comment that was made in the chamber is condemnable. It shouldn't have even been made by somebody, a lawmaker. The person in that chamber is a lawmaker. Is a lawmaker. If we keep going back into our dark history, not every now and then we go and pull something out of it, we will not find the future that we are looking for. Obi can or say that idea of Bonsambe to me a holding against you is the past. So because the past will always drag you back when you hold on onto it. But rather, let's look into the future. Let's look into the future.
Okay.
How
about why Obi sending message? No, Cousin. Say more NDC, Musumu label as bloody widow. The person was trying to compare. I put the comment on the screen. So because I'm not yeah, more NDC more condemn it at the time. Say bloody widow no.
When you label somebody a widow is a widow. Untimi a widow ufro be widow, and also we label no as a widow, and yet in English, everybody knows that.
I say bloody widow. That's the question I'm asking you.
I'm trying to remember. Then when you use the adjective bloody, so English means what? The adjective, even the word bloody, and yeah. When you go to the north of England, they will tell you this is our vocabulary. Nkoaa is saying the low level of swearing. Low. It's like English near a sort of. And yeah, it's an English slang.
But maybe we don't be okay, but daughter of a murderer, then you okay. And it's about where it was said.
If you are minia ba anante, you're referring to a widow. Oh, she's a widow. It's not an insult. If somebody is a widow, they are widow.
There's an adjective. Adjective is a bloody widow. So in the context of Ghana, I said,
no.
Daughter of a murderer. That's your point.
When you speak and now I say bloody hell, it's not an insult. You are not it's a low level. Yes, it's not the most professional way of speaking, but it's a low level of swearing. It's frustrating. And I mean, my typical example is like somebody saying sort of. I'm not justifying both, but if somebody said to me, bloody widow, I won't take it so much as Obiba Kachoro said, a son of a murderer. That is deep. That cuts through your vein. It cuts through. So until Niamani be on ma.
Also Parliament and we are training Pakro cancer. They deal with them. As a letter the other day, any Pakro cancer and they deal with the person. But bloody widow there, we should allow it to go because it's a lower swear word.
If you are in Niamani be on ma, as you said it in your preliminaries yourself, 2 wrongs does not make a right. During that time, say whoever said it, I'm not supporting the person, I'm not condoning it. The person could have come and apologized. In the same way, whoever said this recently, the person should come out. Look, to me, the time I Uber Tressa we be my time why making mistake. No amount as no I say it was a rush of blood to the head, and I got it wrong. No, I apologize. It doesn't matter. It won't take anything away from you. We are saying, say, as a nation, we should look into the future. We should look into setting this country on a path of success rather than in Niama and here. They have turned the parliament into no disrespect to our high office or the seat of lawmaking. As I said, uncultured primary school, when you look at the actions of the NPPs, it's absolutely despicable. Picking up chairs, putting them on tables. Now you're instructed to table no bubu. Same another came and told us when they were accused of bribery, said, said, Daddy, do you take bribe to do your civic duty? And I'm surprised, says, see, Ontimi Babe country and say, same Nebano who now Obisa Sano, or who ne and Wabesaka said, Daddy, why do you ask them to take the less of that table?
Now, evidence I said, I'm not going to catch almost on fat table, Nana. I'm not table, no.
I have the videos are everywhere. You could hear him or say, Muntutu table ni na nyina mumbubu no muntutu. Everybody have seen this. I have it here. I can send it to you.
You can send it to me. You should. I think you should send it to me.
I'll send
but
it
I haven't seen that one. You send the money.
And me MP, your friend is on me MP, but he's Ojinaobi Befi or Befi was standing there next to him. Muntutu, and he was saying Muntutu ni now. I'm not don't play. Uhuna, he looks a fine gentleman, but nothing fine comes out of the man. It's unfortunate.
Normally, I think I know. You have cited one incident. If you conclude that nothing has come out of him, I mean, he's a member of parliament. He's gone to parliament.
What we see in parliament,
it's a bit of exaggeration, and it's unfair.
The level of violence has come out. The level of violence and inciting violence he's exhibiting in parliament, we haven't seen anything good. In his private life, of course, he might do great things for his family. Do I see that? None of us see that.
And the laws are party, useless. Just one, he should be described and limited to this particular incident.
I'm not done pray. It's not one incident. Right after that, you know, when a man does something wrong.
I mean, the man has had a long life. I think he's almost 50 or so. If you can't say nothing good comes out, I think that's a very unfair comment. I want the person already drawn because you are justifying the person. I mean, it never be ornament.
Okay, I'll take that
for parliament. At least I know you're good. This one that you are condemning it based on ABCD, no, I'm parameters. So I think it's unfair to conclude that in life, nothing good. He has children, and the children have come out.
My word is talking about his parliamentary life, because that
but parliamentary life, what may I passing laws for parliament? Those are good laws.
If you allow,
if you conclude by saying nothing good has come, I think that one is unfair. What else is two wrongs don't make a
parliament? We haven't seen anything good. We haven't. He hasn't shown it as that. Right after that, he went and told people the very thing that some people have done in the past that we've said to them, do not do it. NDC, the partisan politics. NDC near Ghana, MPP near Ghana. In the same house, you have NDC and MPP. Sometimes they and near four family. A year new back here NDC, now back here MPP. Now to me, right after it make us say so two. NDC ni so ni MPP ni kwa boa MPP no namon bono. This is not what we're looking for in Ghana. And hence my comment. I'm not saying he's a persona non grata. He hasn't done anything great for himself and his family. Everybody will do that. But in terms of the lawmaking and baby, I didn't know ejina SSL or boa amambu no SSL utuna name yes, good name is better than riches. He should watch his steps. He should watch his steps.
So are you saying that parliament are not on prayer? I think the speaker suspension the PM. So it's on both sides, and the call should go for both sides. Say parliament is a serious place. We are there to make laws for the serious people of Ghana. I think our call should go for both sides, and I don't think so. Instead of just another, of course, another video is condemnable. You now condemn it, it's in bad taste. But shouldn't the advice now can go for both sides? We are there for serious business to move forward.
The advice goes to both sides, but what we need to note is when the NPP and the Omaka say Asumje from Asumje, you be a parliament, which means they will all the time exhibit this. But I tell you what, the more they do this, the more personally Ghanaians are seeing the true colors of the NPP, because these are the very people who are in power, exhibited impunity, arrogance, disrespect, the loot and share, government of friends and family, and still Ghana for punish you. Even for them to go and learn in a very humble way, they are doing it. So they are flexing up. showing their muscles. So they are telling Ghanaians that Ghana for where you won't do you. You won't do it. Into Ghana for yes, so you better you wondering. The NPP should not come near power now. Because
they should not come near power now.
Now, not at all. Not at all. You know, utimiya bonne, na se o ma metwe aswa. Na yes, when ya obronika bibi, you be remorseful. When ya inuhu. Jehu inuhu NPP almost after 7 December. Omunya inuhu ye. Omunya inuhu ye. But there's omuntuomobo. Amambuono. Me good coach be nakai or say strengthen your argument, but not your voice. The volume of your voice does not make your argument, it doesn't put substance in it, but rather strengthen that argument. And that is what NPP should learn. If they want to show Ghanaians say, Ghana who say they are formidable opposition and they are ready to govern in 8 years, it's not exhibiting of shouting, screaming, muscles, who is the toughest dragon of tables and chairs, but rather the Obroni Frebibi soft power. So you sit down, you strengthen your argument, strengthen your conversations. Obitua now kasa no bonitinko. And that is what we are looking for. But look,
okay, pre-parliament, they are soft skills, soft power, how to govern here. The President Mahama say the aura for the report a command and also the Aquacoma Attorney General. And now the allegations, the description that MPP for so they man started. The same clearing agent I'm using another and also no OABA. Say just one man. What discontinue my filing only prosecutor in all the prosecution cases are. Our courts in from Saglemi project, Opuni case, all the cases, more filing on the prosecutor. Just a lawyer say what telling you more my year, any idea no my year buka. So is that soft power and more exciting now? 1 month to pay. Is the government on the right path when you are, these are cases that involve on my sika. Akko baby, ye person who sikani baby akko. So now that we discontinue case, so many sika no he. Mo be kwa kwaje no he na aba. Na sika na se.
Efia me da say we bisa asem we. So we share cases now. 8 years the NPP was pursuing. Now cases ni bi aya drop no ye former former chairman Honorable Ofosampofo. It had nothing to do with Omansika. Onone Anthony Kweku Boahe. It was to do with a conspiracy to cause harm. Almost tape bia over kaya a PA. On say, and here no Saxam no almost so much.
There's also a fertilizer issue involved.
Me bobosoba. Okay. Me bobosoba miniaba. Okay. And Dr. Opunidiano, which has been 8 years now. Oma die chira oma ntimi I'm finding the guilty. Into 8 years, case ni guso sensen ho. Dr. Atofos and narrated Jakpa de yin. I do baby crampy coco goo former
Dr. Atofos then it has concluded. Atofos was found not guilty. That's concluded.
Say share some of these cases are and I say Sika National. These cases, Osha, it was persecution, not prosecution. They were going after individuals who did not have the money. Rather, for instance, you did mention of Sagleme. Rather than maybe going after the contractors who have our money and try and get, if you ask me my contract and I'm a better idea, let me feel say it's not value for money. What do? I bring it back and I take my money. Say, man, it's better than going against individuals, ensuring say a quite be as the individual be better to prison. Sankaya kwako jisi can be a way. Nasa still, yes, see, individual way and na oma wama oma na boka. Into because of that, omani be jinaso action aswa. It makes sense. But look at the cases. None of the cases were actually chasing the money. For instance, the Atuforsen and the Richard Dakwa case.
Atuforsen, they will say it has concluded. The court has found him not guilty of the charge. It is not part of the cases that has been discontinued by the Attorney General.
I want to take something from that case and show you. That case, at a point, the company that supplied the ambulances were even saying, "Most ambulance no we no mompa or the monfire the embrain na mombejiska." First of all, you had the spare parts need the crampers and bremo. Most still mompa monfambre na mombejiska. They were not interested in returning the goods and taking the money for government of Ghana. You see what I'm talking about? But rather, they were interested in making sure these individuals rather goes to prison. And that was what I'm talking, say, these are persecution, not prosecution. So it becomes a political game. And that is what we do not want.
And all the other cases, Saglemi, the other is Ghana Sika Kodim, and also a persecution. Fertilizer and also Ghana Sika Kodim, and also a persecution. So you are saying it's another NDC has discontinued the cases. No, baby, a Sika will be a fiber because President Mama video not say. They will our case no, then they'll return the money to the coffers. So why not all these other cases? So one more return it to the coffers. And I'm particularly concerned about Saglemi because these are houses I see. But I can't see no, they are there. Language, they are just deteriorating. Oh my, it's more yeah, the Sikana Apono. Say I'm discontinue case in Sikana Shiana.
And follow the case. The case was not about chasing the money. What they found was about the individuals trying to find individuals guilty. The NPP had 8 years to chase for the money, get the money as a different case, and at the same time find individuals guilty if there are any offense for them to do such. 8 years. Assembly, court Aba, Attorney General, even I don't want to mention names because we keep it as it is. Man Timian and case name and finding these people guilty for 8 years. Ghana buying Abokawa. Every time the case goes to court, a come on nearby 8 years. These people were not found guilty. Na case negotiated AC court a year then. So I think to save the country money, to save Ghana money, is better after 8 years. They were not found guilty. They've been acquitted. They move on with their lives. The country moves on. Now we need to look at how can we retrieve some of this money from the contractors. And that is what the NPP government should have started 8 years ago, which they never. And that is where I have issues.
Okay. And when people say I'm not Daniel clearing agent, where are you clearing agent? I'm not Daniel. Are you clearing them or you are bringing the money back? What's the before we're not targeting bringing the money back? How will NDC bring the money back? Or that is also not the focus of NDC?
They will determine that. They've just been cleared. Nobody knows what other discussions that they've had behind closed doors to do with the president, the attorney general, and other involved. So we are here to see what they will do with that in terms of the contractors involved, where the money is, and what have you. But as you said, for instance, Saglemi case, the contractor himself, where is he?
Contractor but said the documents are there. The estate of the contractor is there. And if more now you know, said the contractor is at fault or there's misappropriation on his side. His estate can pay for it. But that's why I'm asking you, is NDC interested in going after the money?
NDC is always interested in going after every money, as they said in Aura, and President His Excellency John Dramani Mahama have also said. We are always interested going after the state's money and ensure money comes back to the state. So it will be perceived when they are able to get those funds, it will come back to the state. But the
able to get those
NPP,
if you are asking you a specific question,
The NPP in 8 years had a far more better, and they were in a far more better position to chase after that money, which they did not, but rather went after individuals to try and persecute them. And that is where they lost.
Is NBC going to pursue those people who are involved in fertilizer, Saglemidiano? All the other cases now involving Ghana government, Sikana. And I say, I'm not the other pay, and I'm interested in collecting the money. But those cases in the Sikana Action, when you're interested in pursuing the money.
Nkoaa is working on all cases in the country, both past and present, putting them together and handing over the documents to the president and to the attorney general. As you said, many of these investigations by Nkoaa, it could do the lawmakers, the prosecutors, Nankasa Nimwa. Almost said this case is almost said this is, we can prosecute that. We don't have enough evidence to prosecute that. They will separate the chaff from what they think they have something to hold on to. So that will depend on the prosecution or the prosecutors, but not individuals like myself.
So PPP, and the amount of workers they say double standards. You are chasing MPP people who perception keko, no charge, no preliminary investigation, no preliminary charge, nothing. All the end report. You say MPP for this car. You are going after specific people based on the complaints no receive ya. President for the attorney general. But those cases now move to you are filing nolly prosecutor. Is that not double standards?
No, no.
Why are you filing nolly prosecutor in those cases, but you are going after new cases are starting afresh?
You are lumping both together, and we have to be very careful how we handle this. There are already files on Attorney General's desk. When he took over, he has looked at some of the files. They think these cases have been wasting the state money. It's been there 8 years, nothing has come out of it. Having said that, that does not mean say everything that he came and met on his desk, Obebagu. So the clearing agent, the double standard, I don't know where it's coming from.
But by a legitimate question though, say there's a case that has already been started. They were put through trial. Most of the cases were already in their final stages. But they always start here. And then you don't even have evidence yet. I think I will go through the paperwork to find out whether you have ingredients that can support the various charges. And then there was some. Also, what they call court when you have not even preferred charges. Now they want preferred charges, you know. What they also know they owe to go. That's why people are asking, say, any double standards are now.
They had 8 years.
Because you know both sides involving Ghana money. So which one are you collecting to the national office?
They had 8 years to prosecute. 8 years. They were not able to. They sat around there. Attorney General will not just get up. No, I can't wash a case just by name. No, I can say we Mabegu. He might have had a very good reason. And these are, I think we are prejudging the Attorney General. We need to sit and wait for the reasons because we haven't seen it yet. Because there is no
a case is in one. The focus has been on Nkoaa. Say Nkoaa has come to stay. Nkoaa also about Ghana Sikan. We be seeing Nkoaa for gold. They be seeing Nkoaa for government lands. And Nkoaa about government, Ghana government, state property, state resources, state money. The same thing. Opunimu de also involved state money. Saglemi dia anye since yenye sikanimu kwatapa. We can finish the Saglemi, then sell the houses and retrieve the money back to Ghana government. Are you saying the government is not prioritizing those ones? And they are sharing. But new ones now, Nkoaa, you go after it with all the them.
No.
That's a very legitimate question. You must give us an answer for that.
We've never said that. We've never said that. And this is what I was telling you. Say, if you look at the Saglemi case, the case that went to court, they were not actually even chasing money. They were chasing individuals to try to find fault with individuals.
Okay.
Instead of chasing money.
Okay.
So these are two different things. In Aura, we are not chasing individuals, we are chasing money. Because you hear state money no, than the individuals.
Okay.
That is what the Aura is doing. So the work of the Aura and the work that the NPP administration started 8 years ago, you could see that there is a clear difference. So if there's any government that is serving the Ghanaian people and looking after the public purse, that is the NDC. Because straight away, the Aura is looking after where the money are, and then the money should come back to the state. Unlike the other ones who left the money and rather went after individuals to persecute them.
So are you going to file different, maybe fraud, and maybe retrieving another case in the old Opunimu case? Because what I would say, before we were targeting individuals, that's very correct. Well, for criminal prosecution, yeah, that's understood. It's more than filing civil cases targeted at collecting the money for us from the fertilizer, from Saglemidi, any other cases, Nana. And I know I'm not forgetting on your priority.
No, I believe so. I'm not Attorney General, so I believe he's here for him to answer for himself, Dr. Ayeni. But I believe so. I believe wherever there are monies, Ghanaians' money that we think is retrievable, the NDC will go after it. They will do everything possible and retrieve those funds for it to come back to the good people of Ghana.
But Vivi, and you want to say mobile and then people say, also you don't know. Aura, the way you hide Aura, but all these cases that you are discontinuing will not even once. And I'm about to say this Canada. This is it because there is over 200 million has gone into the project. Just one single lane that was done by President Nkoaa in 2006, 2007. That money can do a lot of work, even for expansion, Nkoaa. It can help. For the traffic, I would be there 5 hours and send our corner. If you are saying that then you don't have a plan to retrieve that money, but you have a plan to retrieve Aura money.
We have planned to retrieve any money that the state has lost through carelessness of any individual. It doesn't matter what party they belong to, because that is the president's promise, and the president will ensure that those monies that are retrievable will come back to the state. Very, very important. So we need to note that. And I believe every single word of His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, and he will do as he has said.
Okay, but President Mahama can't, old cases no with you. All happened, I can't say. He hasn't mentioned anything about the old cases, the monies that are involved in those cases. Attorney General is filed the nolly protocol in those cases.
We've only been in government for a month, and we are now working our way through certain things. And even people are applauding the NDC for the speed of lightning they are traveling with, setting up all these and bringing everything to the desk, passing on information to the right departments. Within a month, we have covered so much ground. So I think we should rather be applauded. People should leave this to the hands of the Attorney General, the President, and anybody else who is part of this team working on this. Leave it to them. Let's judge the NDC and the president in our 4 years, or maybe 15 years, maybe 20 years. As I said, the MPP will be in opposition for a long time, which they are exhibiting. So they should give us a bit more time and let them judge us. Thank you.
But if you don't get worried, it said like one of the issues that I raised in my intro was about the perception will be created. Say, would you a yeah, kokwasa sa but delay taxes because it's party member power. Then nolly prosecution will be filed, the case will be thrown out, ube found ready. And one is ube make sure say found kotum, ube delay taxes, any legal technicalities that you can raise. Are you not worried that this is starting a certain pattern? I say, we party ba power ni esi we di bibi kakra, obedia, but you don't go to court now, but delay taxes now party ba. You can get the case out of court. Are you worried about that? For Chinebinti, maybe says that question. Is there a wrong precedent? Because at least, to be fair to President Mahama, so I don't understand this new thing where case now court and we are throwing it away into obia bamba udisikana or abamba near you case. Is that a good thing? Because here for baby are going to jail every day. This week there was a case a Korea lawyer laptop. You're telling know how many are here. And that's a young Pesicani politics. Near me, we bindi. Near me, we are now party bapa no coffee. Now, talk of mobile phone near there, because them free. What message are we sending?
Ferrari is a very important question here. And I believe as a Ghanaian, as a politician, if I'm allowed to even say such, it's a service to a nation. When you do your told swabani do ba abemu anasi a ma appointment be a year arrange shemua a bia president in the war and now leader be wo into this appointment no ashewun sem. Say ubetimi aba na area do to ye no waba beboa to create enabling environment de bia ye kasa na e bia Ghana for a ho chiomo no omuso mo ho ehia is a service to humanity and to your country. And yes, I am a politician, ye ma opposition o ba ben we say a fee na me baba pesika, a fee na me baby wiesika. I don't think say anybody, maybe some people maybe go into politics because of that. We've seen that it happens a lot in African politics. You hardly see that in the West. And people take advantage in Kitibi a war. Into a fear question I'll be saying. So which cases yeah, in Crophobia, and yes, I walk off Fresica, where we are with you. But a beer Nindia a officer or war officer, I didn't trace or occupy in near maybe as a sort of when Timan. So he has caused financial loss to the state. Nina some of these cases. So, but yeah, Ghana for no, the perception is, oh, say Yachino, near say a binding will become the only Viesca. But that's not the case. Sometimes a year, let a big crowd was sign a be a one to and read the content in ye and says I will sign. So it takes me back to Atoforce's case again. Oh, Musa, ya quit more. And yet, or sign and yes, so we need to be very careful how sometimes we word it. So because Migidi said we have very good politicians among the crop of politicians that are in the country doing a very good job. Having said that, there are few bad apples. When these bad apples are found, yes, they should be prosecuted. It should serve as a precedent to anybody else who is trying to come into politics thinking, say, as President Mama said, all ministers must sign code of conduct. These are the things that I expect from you. Look, we are setting up something totally different. We are setting up something totally different. We are setting up new standards in governance. And we should be doing more governance than politics. And no, yeah, and not young Amambono Ecofem. We go, a lot of our crop of politicians they go and study politics. Also, maybe Ghana almost a political science.
Political science, yes.
So it's more of a political science than going to study governance, which is the most important things, a training and education.
Yeah, but if you more study governance, what message are we sending to the young people? That's what a lot of people are saying. OBC, possible to see if you guys are the upcoming politicians, and they're gonna have a problem because we'll be from political angles. Political undertones. They are the party bar Obenya, the party bar be filing only prosecutor instead of the actual substantive issues. I
haven't heard that. I don't know what question Owusu is referring to, because question Owusu is just He's just getting excited, sitting in his home and typing out. It's easy to type out. Because if you look at the level of ground NDC has covered within 1 month, the pace and the good things they've started doing, come on, compare it to the last 8 years, what has been covered. Compare it. As a Ghanaian, sit back and do the critical analysis yourself. Do it yourself.
Okay.
Me, I'm looking at the governance aspect of it. As I said to you, personally, if there are any issues with regards to the people who have been acquitted, I'm not a judicial expertise in terms of law. The Attorney General might have a very good reasons why he has acted such. And in good time, Attorney General will give his reason behind some of the decision to Ghanaians. I cannot give that reasons. I'm not in the position to do that.
Okay.
I don't even know what went into it. But what I know is that the NPP went after individuals prosecuting, which I call it persecution, rather than going after the state money with the companies that they believe those monies went to. And that to me was a wrong approach.
Okay. Okay. But maybe we start this one just before, because I say he's changing trains, you know, and you know, and the network no man a problem. So I'll join him very soon. But I'm also be joining on my show movies. I wanted to ask you about just 1 month, you know. If you say you are on the right path, what do you think about opposition? Because NPP also are saying this is going to be long 4 years already. Because maybe I'm start here, you know, I say move. So that's what NPP is saying. So I'm a person rating also in terms of opposition. 1 month in opposition, what do you think? Are they also doing a good opposition work? They are now quoting about another previous on better, normal. It doesn't mean anything evil. But opposition BI humanity will push you, they will make you uncomfortable. You know, so in parliamentary terms, it's just saying what they have to do. But the person one assessment of so far, what MPP opposition or 1 month, do you think there will be a good opposition for the next 4 years?
If you have that say, would the NPP be a good opposition for the next 4 years? We live to see. We actually live to see. Look, a good opposition, a definition of a very good opposition is not picking a fight. It's not exhibiting violence. It's not screaming in the chamber. It's not quoting law, thinking that exhibiting your intellect in terms of law and what have you. But what a good opposition does is to ensure, say, you hold government accountable on policies and certain critical decisions that shapes the country. Have we seen that yet? Not yet. But rather, everything is centered around vetting. The vetting is being used to score political points. It's being used to exhibit how tough we are. And I see he said, the NPP, they are still in shock in terms of the loss that they went through. They are still in shock. They're still pinching themselves and thinking, say, yempa na diewe eto yen ana yempa nie, because nia esi ye no omanda ndwen ho da sebesi. Omanda andwen ho da sebesi. No munim some be lusi kra, munim some be lusu with a very slim margin. But nia esi ye no, I say a bua form so. So I say ka abo akoko ano udan. Sisi ano anase uni obi kuntokwa wa bo ne pa na atasatase akano. Sisi ano bi na aka MPP atasatase. Nti no mo fa akonwa na etu ni nine, na etutu table nine atasatase. We give them time, they will settle. For they have to come back again. They have a very intelligent leader, Afenyo. I'll give that to him. In terms of academics, very, very high up there. But he should not use the vetting to exhibit unreasonable questioning, but rather use it in a way say, Yenina yebe veti, frank consensus, get the
I was trying to look for some of the videos of the vetting in the past, because in the past, no, there's been some very gruesome vetting process. I don't know the entire say vetting where they so.
That is a very good point.
Because Ejako Chairman vetting, do you remember as Minister of Energy? You know, was that not as gruesome as this one?
But if this is one thing about politics. We want to strengthen the argument, strengthen the state where we were 4 years ago, 8 years ago, 16 years ago. But rather, we shouldn't go back to it, because the political template in your channel. These are how they have done to grow their politics over the years.
Yeah, ulebu afenyomu say omo de vetting scoring of pointer. Musumu yebi. When are we going to cut off the line and say that you see the moyen kwe and Ghana minor?
Somebody has to be a big boy here. And I was expecting that they would have said to that showed Ghana and said, look, Ghana for Nyamaka, we are going to sit back, we are going to reform, we are going to come back as new NPP, but rather they are going back into in Yemebia as a Ubosu SCP. It's either let's do more than that, or let's even show say we can do even worse. But to me, that is not the point. They have people in there who can scrutinize policies, who can scrutinize government decisions, government contracts. Some of these things is what we expect them to do. Even though we have the numbers, whether they scrutinize it, whether they make the noise, will it pass? Majority will pass. But we are not going to actually sit back and watch them just disrupt government business.
When you say that you are not going to sit down, well, what are you going to do?
Oh, normally
because you can't stop them from being on the committee.
Normally, you speak to them behind the scenes. There's a lot of behind the scenes meeting. That is what I mean. We won't sit down for that to happen, but rather we will jaw behind the scenes. Make sure we lobby and then find consensus behind the scenes and then find a way forward. Yes, because as I say, so many Ghanaians have been disadvantaged, and then we have to ensure say the resettling agenda into Ghana for my mandate, it works.
Okay. You very well. Because it's a finish training. But you can hold on behind the scenes. Obi will question if the question is for you. Now, but I wanted to also emphasize the point that now we see 8 years. Obi and to prosecute the law. No, you need timeline for cases to last in court.
Right.
As long as due process be here, you court. So be person raise rebuttal. Obi say the lawyer. Obi say the lawyer here time now, or they are sharing a docket so that they can properly defend the person. The law allows it. I think alarm cases in baby court to me taking more than even 8 years to prosecute and prosecute to even decide like civil cases. When you run it to me check beyond 8 years. Lord, we need BBI as I say a prosecutor case 8 years, 4 years, 5 years. There's nothing like that.
There's
nothing like that. I think they have fast track high court, no. In case I have more contempt, they take it to the fast track court so that the cases will go to the fast track high court. But this was not one of the cases. I want to play this video of I think this is 96 or maybe somewhere in the early 2000s. So this is vetting that went on between NDC and MPP, and I got this when I was doing my research about how the vetting process used to go on back in the day. And hang on, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I think I can find it. Yeah, let me see,
Right, that's what you have told us.
If I should answer the question fully.
That is what you have told us.
I don't remember saying that.
You don't remember saying that?
I told you that motives differ.
Is that mental fatigue?
That's not mental fatigue. That's
Right.
accurate
Hold it.
statement. I said motives differ.
You will be
Different
coming
people-
when you are not a member of parliament. You are not an elected member of parliament. But when you become a deputy minister, you will not be a stranger in parliament. It means that you'll be considered as a member of parliament. Right?
Yes, and I'll feel honored. Yes.
Come again?
Feel honored.
You'll feel honored. You will come to learn as per our rules of procedure. And for your elucidation, let me quote Order 93. 2. It shall be out of order to use offensive, abusive, insulting, blasphemous, or unbecoming words, or to impute improper motives to any other member, or to make personal allusions. You come to learn that. And you come to learn that street language is different from parliamentary language. And by this, I quoted Order 9.
Places. What is considered to be truthful outside of parliament may be considered unparliamentary in parliament. So within parliament, I certainly will abide by the rules of using parliamentary, what you call expression. But outside of parliament, if it's the truth, I would say so, yes.
Well, this one was not even too much of a bit of back and forth, but this is Fifi vetting. As a Greek minister, he was a Greek minister at a point from finance to a Greek vetting. Now, and the senior judgment, senior, he was government minister, Chairman Sabosu, and now here back and forth. I wanted a video from judgment some more time. Those days, no, when they were being vetted. Nana, I don't know when Nana appeared before the committee, the appointment committee back in the day, said they no more back and forth. And even a Jaco chairman thing there, when Suhini, any Ayariga, any Ablakwa, they even ask her all the way to banker. Now a Jaco chairman here, Jumantino, vetting there. We call Shah Broach there, America for vetting. Ubejani, they even allow protesters. Before CSOs or more protesting, they come there and shout. They escort you or because it's a civil a right to be allowed to be part of governance process. But Nkoaa and the first one up here done in Nkoaa. But some questions say busy and a question when you're relevant. It is not up to you. Committee members have their discretion. So maybe some question you might agree amongst them. If we play to the public gallery, stay in the bedroom. Because as a member, they will be up because I didn't watch TV so live until we have to know the fans. But the issue is not about fans, it's a governance process, the system. And it's about fans. But let me just pick a because also been paying because society train still. Mama, good evening, Akwaba.
Yo.
Yo,
this is a fear. Yamin Shroud as a you might say about a Michia Busian. The ya papa ya na ya bre ya wo kasai. Utie ne kasa na wo kana politics ye ne de pa.
So NDC Deputy Director of Communication team patro there.
Oh, that me can be being tiano. Say ye ba ye can de yen so ye.
But so that's a politics ye that. It's a say ye denti no ye na amani post no.
Because if you are there now all can one say koto de ne bodwe by yen yanchre de yen to nentwene na all cans nato asem no me to me bu asi tie ni ye pa bloody woman de enye adie bia eye hu enye adie bia eye hwe but eye maame ne ya seni kuna wu na ebinom atutura sema koso na ye disap ayini nyina ehwe no ye di ni nyina eye den man enam ne so ne moja ahwiagu ewo honom na eya enti se ono ne de ne nye de a ene ebetimi akase zinato de ne nso enye se de na wo kirekire mu no de tosumienu Frank Anodompre misalutuno MPP for omunya akukoduro because
even as some of any you know.
me papa sister
Hey.
Fia ahunahuna no aburo so ya to aba ya gi atum
No, assembly the so can against to be there also
sister
do you
Fia wo
too.
de mama no nsi
Yeah, but
obete
assembly
masie
the man friend into my assembly the
sister Fia tio sister Fia tio
anywhere is
enti
illegal.
NDC mo kwa akọbo MPP for aye den mo kwa akọbo wo mo aye den magye power no ye the power na mamo security nyina kura mo enti woni MPP ni esa kwa akọko aye den ehọ ni me problem no because the washa NDC for boaboa wo mo ho ye pia soja ni to twene police for kra de omu ntime nkasa ye wo mo to twene no ni nyina mu no wo sa akọbo NDC ni aye den won ehọ ni me problem no se ye na nkan PP for ka say power na magye no ye mpene afia this afia misraw aba ye koto no 2028 no mark it on the wall enye betesa enye mre 2028 no amanfo nso beboa wo mo ho papa udiem asema mekan fatu ba bi ensuo nka
I talk on am pese si Ghana because
yes
we
to
go
kwa
on what there.
necessity but NDC for samra na basintele etrese ene wo mo de wo mo ho wo mo ho ebehye ye friend is saying ene moja kra no a ene wode ne nkwa kra no a ene obe sacrificing himself for kra no a Ghana for yeti yo Ghana for ye hunu yo and you got the MPP for yensu ye ba benya wo bi a ono nso ekoma de no 4 years 4 years na ekoma de no no ono nso be ye na adwene say ne ono nso ode ne nkwatwa so kra because it's a via de ekoso MPP mu sesi ano eno de forget you and this lusu ya ne yetinsem bebre yati de ka kire wo fosu ampofo yati de John Dramani Mahama kra no yati de wo kan duru baabi na no aye bebre duru baabi wo se ayi wo ma itesensem bebre enti ade esese yesre na yeka na ye ene se yesre mo magye power no awie mumu oman no me da bia me ba meka me se MP NDC ti me se no ma ye free education mu ma ne ye better mutimi ma your friend is saying muyi betting tax free ho mu ma CD go back to 4 cities na en adwuma ekoso a Sevia obi ampre power mfa nya twi biem one DC for omuni so 20 years because me omo jeje car no obi anye me car obi anye me fie na mom se man mu ni ye di a ene aba no 2028 eye den MPP ebesa be prebi eye den a won beba be prebi na sese no mu wo Ghana fo ani motom sese nipa dutu ona da so baaki NDC na ekoduru baabi a NDC for Ghana for who be fun wo mo na samre na MPP nzu benya power wo because na to ba first 4 years no na ye hunu say what the free education oh no the atum oni appointing Matia Midu na ye di ye wo UK ha ye appointing Matia Midu ni enim say NDC for nyina e be ko prison me say me say Matia Midu wo be
Now who
di
say
wo
court
mago
ne yanko no kwa.
sister Fia say one enti ade a yesre NDC for ne say ade a wo mo ye no ka Jomahama wadi ka feli baako because one oba ye no asem e wo court die ma asem ne wo ho deal with asem no na asem no nkɔwie ekɔkɔwie na sɛ ayi kɔɔto ka sɛ nkurɔfoɔ no wɔn ho so a John Mahama wakyerɛ sɛ wobaayɛ no ma mɛyɛ nyiyi mu saa wobaayɛ no wayɛ wadwen sɛ wobɛko awo nsa yɛnka hwee ɛsɛ ndisifoɔ ame ahunu sɛ sɛ yɛde wokɔ court 4 years 8 years ne yɛntumi amfoɔ antoma a asɛm no tugu asɛm no to twene enti wɔn de wɔn bɛkɔ court yi yɛwɔ lɔyafoɔ a wɔn bɛtwitwa agye wɔn for 4 years enti 4 years ne so a na 2028 no sɛ yɛhunu sɛ Ghana dane heaven di a ɛne wɔn nyere wɔn tam mu paa sɛ Ghana yɛn ho ntɔ yɛn a ɛsɛ fiade atwa toɔ sɛsɛ na nka wɔyɛ yi na nka ɛsɛ wɔde bas branding no na nka ɛsɛ wɔde ka ho na nka ɛsɛ sɛ wɔde airbus no na nka ɛsɛ sɛ wɔde ka ho so ɔho ba ebi ɛno deɛ wɔyi afiri mu ɛnyɛ fɛ koraa enti yɛsrɛ wɔn yɛ a wɔn nyɛ ne nyinaa mmom obi bia wadi sika wɔ puni case no wogya no ma ne kɔ a ɛne naga MPP foɔ nso ba a ɛne ɔmo nso bɛgya wɔ mo no me deɛ wadi sika no John Mahama ɛmpanishi nipa no so ɔyɛ MPP ni na me nua nya school nkɔ wonya ayi ɛdan nam na sɛ MPP foɔ ma di sika a ɛno deɛ mo mfa nkyɛ wɔ mo na me deɛ ɔnyɛ ɔman ne yie ma yɛ
nanada mama me now say see great point to obi support your point now we make here no but that brand attorney say President Mama bass assembly nyina de wan fan ka ho and he would lack the will to fight corruption bra wo yi bi e de afrim no so ne de no ana kwaka se ne ade na se ora no onye omo kwachi na do first so mo evidence omo kwachi na do first no so ne de o de heba no no nti mama fa so good evening akwaba.
Good evening, Steph. Boko there.
Adum Pacho say.
All right, John Nkoaa. First of all, not only NDC, one of NDC guys needing come off.
The Deputy Director of Communication, yeah.
Yeah, and with regards to cases now, Attorney General Dominic Aine, like Oma discontinue, no. I think say if the previous government had a number of years, like 8 years, and they couldn't prosecute the case to its fullest. And I mean, sure, so I study books, I study the cases, is of no merit. Maybe that's what I think. Because if you have any case, what happened to the Jida case? Jida case, they how many years ever court? Because if you have a substantive case against an individual, it's easier for you to argue your matter in court, isn't it? Because you've had 8 years, you are in power. If you have substantive evidence to pin a person down, it won't have to take you like 2 turns for you to.
Well, but so in Senipano, so I wouldn't court. He also has a right of rebuttal. He has a right to also make his defense, call his witnesses. And I would say there's no timeline for cases in court. Sure. As I see cases in Bikwe to me, 10 years.
It did 10 years. But listen, when you are dealing with matters of facts and figures, you understand. It's just like I told force in age in a Japan case, the ambulance case. I think an audio pop-up saying that AG allegedly was trying to tell Japan.
The audio was not admissible in court. I am separating what is admissible in court and what is yes. The case was decided. Atofose was found not guilty. That case has been concluded. Yes, but that tape was never in evidence in court.
Well, but the Japan guy who felt betrayed. You understand? But if there was a substantive case against Atofose, he wouldn't have let off the hook. Just like what happened in Jida. Abuga Pelene Asebetimo. Say they are in jail and I said they've been pardoned. You understand?
They've been pardoned.
So if me one thing I've realized that if there's a substantive case against you, now a
who follow some of those cases? I won't say a lot of the injunctions, preliminary, a lot of them came from defense this time because everybody is entitled to it. So what
Well,
two one steady court cases are different thing about it. So we
which
could not court. All right, say. Or see way or contest way, woman fine. No contest it. Or use all the legal technicalities to cry. You have to allow the person. See, there's no law that says that just because case is 8 years until there's no substantive case. No. There's no. Because you to be find you be guilty. You're quite appealer, it to be giant panel. It means there's a substantive case, but you're giant panel. It doesn't matter whether it be 8 years until there's no substantive case. Yeah.
But if you take your mind back to President Kufuor time now, when he set up the fast track high court, Chachuchi Kata, their case, they had issues against them, and they went to jail for it. You understand? In the space of say 2 to 3 years or something. You understand? Same as Enanameka said Jida day. If Jida couldn't travel to 8 years and those corporates were jailed, you understand? And to me, I don't have issues with.
But yeah, to be a different. Chachuchi Kata case, no. Yeah, man, pardon. But later when he came back, he took the matter to Supreme Court for an interpretation issue. When the case went to court, Supreme Court really said the law be offense and the ingredients of the offense must be clear, and the punishment for that offense must be stated. And that the offense of willfully causing financial loss to the state, and that wasn't there. In the Supreme Court strike case, our offense said down. So one of the technicalities not here. He was convicted, but eventually, no, even the offense under which he was convicted, the Supreme Court strike it down. So, it didn't fit the standard, no. Until later said his earlier conviction, no, there was a problem with the law, which was passed by old NDC. There was a problem with the law. So, technicalities, nothing.
Which say the maybe lawyer auntie. Ajawa or lawyer, like you're a student lawyer, now you're a lawyer, you can explain this kind of legal technicalities to us. Going forward, no, with an aura documents I'm handing over to the president, you know. I've always maintained, say, if the president wants to succeed in at least getting some of the money, or putting embargo on properties that people have acquired through dubious money, or government or state money, he needs to go J. Kufuor's way with introduction of the fast track high court. Court that will be a specialized court like the fast track high court that will work on even holidays, on Saturdays and Sundays. And yes, these normal court, there are other cases where and people will lose trust in the oral judgment. Their cases are everybody is pointing hands to it. Say, oh, this case is.
But what was that team on microphone? So,
sorry, the person have not been proven guilty there, but it will be very prudent for this government to set up a specialized court that it will deal with matters in a speedy way. And just go the same way. Nipakron with the evidence that has been, accrued now, we go by it in a speedy way. And just a speedy way say a bare miscarriage of, justice. But at least in a speedy way, now I build the public confidence, And it will also set as a yardstick for many positions and say these past, politicians that were involved in corrupt deeds and they've been punished. So it will set as a standard. I'm the same. But if cases have been allowed to go through the normal route, maybe 4 years, 5 years, maybe more involved, legal, gymnastics area. That case back here, even filing of case, where the big mistake near, take a month and 2 months. You understand? So the best thing for President Mahama to do is to set up, with the help of Attorney General, they set up a specialized court that will deal
for oral cases, no?
Exactly. And there are other cases because they hear say, Senipakona fa Omani Sika. The best thing, he should just refund the money. Not if the punishment will be there, the punishment will be meted to that person. That's the best.
I agree with you. The focus should not even be about it.
Obua is 20 million wafa. And now $50 million wafa no could jail 4 years no aba enjoy scanner or file. But the best thing is we take our money, say properties no they are confiscated. You understand? And Ghanaians we should devoid me sometimes I get surprised we politicize issues like this. Obi ko yes can and a politician oko first can ono one man may enjoy. Only the family in the enjoy or could be a business, could be a business. You didn't enjoy. So when I see people defending, say, oh, and I just get surprised. We need to put this at the back of our mind. Say we want to develop, we want Ghana to develop. Ghana is blessed with so many resources. It's and it's a problem. Okay. But we're going for IMF.
But so quick question. Why is already there was a cozy baby now? Opunimu the end age hour. And then in your cases that involve Ghana money.
Opening case, you know. If any
citizen opening case in but opening saglemi. Other cases in Ghana.
If you know something, I'll be happy say any member or any Ghanaian ever so say oh or petition age says our case when I revisit it. It will be very like it won't be out of order and any
it will not, and you can do it. No,
me not time for that because if you've had 8 years, you couldn't do anything. I feel as have you a year or more. Like just like
petition time, just one letter. Send the petition. You don't have to be in court.
If you are the competition, I'm sending a national cathedral there, because I think it's just so appalling. You understand? It's just so appalling. With National Cathedral, what happened? I'm a soft for be who free on cry. It's just even with National Service Secretary, National Service Secretariat issue, with ghost names, and then you look at the number of ghost names, that monies were being paid to these people for a consecutive number of years. Abrana ebimo way crab and kofoya napkofoni yes for so many years. You understand? So me Ghanaians advice to Ghanaians that yen political lenses need free yenim. We should let the Lord deal with any individual. Why embezzle ska? Because can no one enjoy me say I won't defend say nipa kon MPP no NDC I won't defend because can me menya bi ani if menya bi di ani me bad so ora na nya adwuma mfaso bi ani so. First of all, people that are so many people that are you know tries to bastardize Okujet. When I hear people are bastardizing Okujet, I just get amazed. Yesika, say state money and will be afa in a wrongful way or what's our problem?
Okay,
you understand? Okay. So we should just get off the political lenses and let's deal with the matter. Say we want the development of the country in that way. It's kind and when he answers say you couple bobos here. It's kind of amount for Africa. We should retrieve it and use it for developmental projects. That's the most important thing that we need to deal with.
My now I say, Abraham Michael, and I know I say, but you come and study because you want it. Come on, if you now, so baby. My compassion, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sister.
Yeah, Joseph.
Steve, before me come out, some no. Ora no.
I have raised your voice, Kakrama. They be out now. Wow, that's so voice.
The vampire say, Ora no. I'm by say, I'm a G government properties.
And voice in your cry, wait to cry.
Hello, Steve. What do you mean?
No, I when you saw earpiece, you used to something else. I'm saying earpiece in the counter. Yes, Nana, good evening. Nana, no, Nana, me tell you TV, TV, my delayed feedback into battle.
Me loan cry.
Loan. Yes, I have my delay battle.
Good evening. Yeah, me and me by name, me late. Me by money when the guy no busan questions about other opening cases, you know. Yeah, on buy on my trust in out, you know. Now who busan about that questions, you know. But what I saw is that the guy was beating about the bush of the questions that you were asking him. He didn't want to say the truth because of the political affiliation. What they are saying, the political affiliation, you know. Untimin can assemble no cry, ese oka. Nti wo busan sia no so dia to say sabin pedu esa sika bi nche sika bi enche sika bi nti say wo ba na wo say case bi on ma efa Ghana sika ho ye nie case na wie na ba mu e na wo betwa mu a sa na
Sika Muslim Babeja multi group from Ori, almost to a car mobile. The same money. Sikabi and Chase Kabi. So what is here? But since the case Nipa Bebre answer about those questions. Well, Ghana and Africa, no, because of this type of politics here in Intino, Obi and Timin can correct. That's why this type of corruptions in the corruption in there, I fear it will go on and go on in Africa, not only in Ghana, it is all over Africa. Ebe kosu sa ko si Yesu Kristo ebe fani wiase akọ. Why? Because yeah, entita brofo e no mti kroma. Ye ti kroma say what you say? Obi kura o consecutive ni nua consecutive ni body no officer nye etia o man no a. Obeso na ketetia. They vote against themselves every day. Look at what happened in America. America, woman vote to tear, woman party, Biden party for, woman gets sorry tiano. Chroma, Labour, consecutive for, woman sorry tear, Labour, party, and vote to my Labour. What you say? But in Ghana, no, in African, it doesn't happen that way. The point to me in Kano because kakra obedienti, because one not going to say, a ban more habano, honestly, obepe obedie. And no mind no organ. And no mind no organ. Need the answer of a pedu obedie or in the bush in a baby. And to uncle Bibia and uncle can be beer, if me a permanent free moon. What you say? Say the buyer and ambition or the bar, sa party and sa position and the man or obey and ever bono. And you know, this type of cases in if you are yana ufra those people no yana nikabedi and kwesifi.
It's all the answer. MCOTV saying, all I know MCOTV and after the end MCOTV.
The question is the point of friend, and I do bet my can look. What you say? And this in ultimate can Ukraine country say. Ultimate country say. On one DC and the Ombaya Oma Betu cases in Ma. Nay, the same case ya. Yadi abands a minus cano. Ya Omabicamun on country say, and yet somewhere side the end. Always he would try to find something to say. What you say? Even a guy know you know because he was always beating about the bush. It was there. And then you know if you Africa there, 7 paid we are saying Ghana 7 going to Ghana can home near Africa for. Yeah, some what about two baby a tia, ya way ya. If you are a toy intimate country because who can't if you are the best year and the best year.
Okay, Mammy now
The best year and the best year.
Openina can ask them. Michael, Papa, come on, any mammy, why we see, yes, I can hear Usu Benpanton settle down here and Fano and count. Michael, Papa, come on, any kaka. Am I a Brasolomon, but good evening.
Good evening.
Me you.
I hope say I just joined your listening program now. Me say one.
So that's all your contribution, my boy.
Yeah.
I'm going to Pacho go ahead.
Yeah. Now, all team now, Martino. My contribution towards it is a. But who is a microphone on the end no omo no ankasa no omo sheda any claim until I don't see the reason why they should go after people that they think say omo omo ministerial vetting ya everything shows clear say okujeto and blakwa with even with your property that you've achieved in residency here Ikrampu you couldn't provide documents your friend is you were renting or this thing. So how can this person be?
They say or the aba or rented airport also. Also, letter command for no more who say the better was or renting dining any there.
Oh, you can see says still I know the lobby. It's something fishy in it. There might be something fishy in it because I don't see any credible thing about renting now. They should have provided a document. No, so my right to the distance or renting. So, and
it's almost deed no as a dining who did him right. That's what you are saying.
Yeah, everything that shows what do you call it? How a mere letter doesn't show anything credible.
Okay.
And me say one guy be now no line this one now can be about say Ghana no. We have to take off the political lens and then retrieve monies that have been stolen by all the this. And I think say you asked a question about Opuni and the other people. The guy was running away from it. I don't see the reason why. Obi, I would say, oh, you take a political lens. You spoke only in favor of NDC. If you were given a chance, you go after what do you call it? Those that were involved in the National Cathedral. I didn't want, but I didn't see this guy speaking about anything or any wrongdoing that was involved in NDC regime. He didn't say anything about it. If we do such a thing, then we are not doing anything good for the country. So, and to make so contribution on it. Here, political lens now. Yes, of course. Then we have to speak against every aspect. Well, and I say, Sika Iran, only we should go after the MPP members in Nkoaa. Mr. Contribution. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, that's so contribution. Hey, you there, brother Michael, so camera and say net here. But a quick one here, go you to Bempower.
Yo, sister, me that's you. What have you done to me, God?
Yeah, Tonka.
Yo, me chia, Master was super puzzle. Me chia. Sister, me acquire so manner you. The best friend penny for. I'm kind of quite a country. Now, acquire front and back. I say, you roll my back, I roll my back. The doors so many do. A doors do. Oh, Stephen, who's a maybe catch us IGP. I had the worst IGP so far in your mind. The catcher was it. Want to trust a course so doing the election after election. Oh, who's IGP Kasai? I don't know, baby.
That's what teaching God. No, IGP, you money castle. You money castle.
Oh, one I teach you,
casa.
Me
What teaching God for baby?
Oh, one I teach you. What I teach you. One I teach you.
I didn't want to cut any own information. Police website, Debbie, sir. There were people arrested. Say no money now who say at your mother. People are arrested. Oh, they are teaching for patrol. The information is there. Police for Facebook. I am sure no more electoral commission. More than 15 people were arrested.
Yakum kofu fence obuase no IGP no
na ma IGP tie IGP adwuma enye walking about and IGP adwuma
okoye de wo yakum ko support na okoye de wo
ono koye de wo no you see master Michael and you bibia na obedi ho achinye me don't be doing that mama ye duma heading IGP can decide to go but any IGP adwuma say be bia obeko is one man police service all be another police service ni yo
no that Stephen they do the right thing you know obi account one say
IGP adwuma near walking around patrol go to your point we to empower so near kono.
Well, I don't know if I to me no. It's a West IGP. Ojo. What I say? Amana yo me put be slow mo. Dey mo jo mo yefu na too much. Omo nche o man no. E too much. Say for. Wow. Ana hwe. Ya me yama menua Ghanaians. Ya me yama o. Ana politician na wo kuma no. Bisa won say ono politician na busianfo aka awa mo nchen bia na. Minua asama for and say Mr. Chairman for minua asama for asama here to aba mutu abama NDC from A to Z makwaya nye ekona atata munji wo minister appointed bla munji wo minister appointed na mo le de mo so ja fa wo makwaya aya tentanta na Chairman for munji wo it is an extent benya minister position na ebe ma makwaya ekoni be yi ana ami kimi wo sa mi Asama pani.
Yo.
Asama. Yo. Never. Me dem asem be ye kan. Me dem asem be ye. Na slow. Ubeka say ne dey NDC file justify. Na do time. Sisadapa one case sisadapa o case sisadapa ye le do popa. Into so ndi boni bet no hu so. Hwe say one NDC for cover. Na do so e carry it. But na dey edu mu so no dey. Na mo attorney dey no all threat and cofu or court no dey. Ye friend Mahama carry agent and the Ghana fire burning. What am I at you? Oh, my at this day for. Me mean that why.
Yeah, that's it. But I think, you know, I know that you managed to be walking around here. They also remember, and now I delay, and you know, I'm not to me about one time. So microphone, mommy. So microphone, mommy.
First of all, let's me mau notice
Then I'll train more.
baby ana me wono na enye intino.
Then you're good. Okay,
I
no,
was
very
trying
well.
to get and then logging in. No, it was very difficult for me. It took me almost about
I
an
think
hour to
because
get.
we use your phone intra. Because first we use
Uh,
your laptop and straight.
and Enyemia, forgive me. And if you can give me enough time, na ebe kasa ebebo.
Yeah, time nothing. Yeah, I can't in fact call as time na area no. And you also text Braco also, but text to Boman Katameba. Why now? Baby, I can hear also that can hear no better me show. But I was asking this question about more MPP for some of your communicators are labeling NDC say President Mahama Adani oral, Adani clearing agent in discontinuing of the old cases. So Punimu dia tagle mediani ade. And me even in my intro about the oral the Nawaji report or the Attorney General. What is the difference between the two? But first and foremost, one want to pay in opposition. More okay. More MPP, more okay.
Dedi kai mechia wetie fu nyina na machia Ghana for. Efia emse ezo hu se MPP as a political party, we are a strong force. And a political party will be a chrenadwin. Yenka will be adwene show. That is why MPP is a political party, a strong political party. It believes in idealism. Idealism and building your mindset. Wow, adwene will be a can adwene we are. Near Masua, ye di siwo no mana kwesa ponche tokwano. Yeshua kosuru kentene dia bisifo. In the MPP as a political party, you know, we are doing well. Yeah, self-introspection. Now you know what went wrong, and then everybody must come out and free their minds. Me come again. Yeah, accept to say we are practicing democracy and we believe in free-minded, spirited political party. Yeah, GD say. So chrewa gwena grassroots ni ne chrena gwena minister ne chrena gwena appointees o chrena gwena and chrese party no atitia pansam. Ubia obeka sabia no believe in idealism in political democracy. And I say, I mean, yeah, kabi mamin kabi amamua, yeah, kase, because koko de baya yina yesuya kabi mam kabi. Inti, under no circumstance would anybody talk say party in fact is strong because the new man kosuya less than 30 days. NDC are buying a fan a boat magazine. Tipper truck or tip free a break in. We told Ghanaians, and we some of us we want to keep quiet and watch them now mess it up more. And they are going to face a stronger opposition from us, and we are going to scrutinize them because right from day one, they may almost about 15 governance errors are outrageous, totally unacceptable, and it still says that John Mahama is still incompetent. We thought say he has changed, but a lot of things that we are sitting behind the scenes are terrible. And
incompetent. So if you can't say over 60 ministers,
listen. One would have thought say human beings should be given a second chance in any society that you live in politics. Let me tell you, if you say you are fighting corruption, right? You are saying say you are fighting corruption. We have a clear case of a woman who a competent court of jurisdiction are finding a culpable say or the dream account mine sikani japadi and a prem plan me come here to mine japadi ye sikani and prem plan or babesia or ye a stanch member of the NDC. Oh, formal aura. Kayakihu ye charity begins a woman and a be a friend and a chairmansa on a chichira go mine. No shas yet so name street, you know. Oh, Buddha, Buninia Badine and Sana, or chassis. That will show say why you're ready to fighting corruption.
Say
Okuja to black what did you alright him on a foreign minister. Uncle said in Amra. Uncle
Maslog boss.
Yes, Uncle Ranimra. That's the first thing. Okuja to black. So a man enough to say obe fight corruption. First assignment. I demand Uncle said in Fanemra. On Fanemra or the ba o megina a yanuna yen jailing on your head. Almost already some fight corruption. What I say, they cannot pass the probity and accountability and social justice test. They have no moral right whatsoever. Second blunder. Me Tramatra Regimanual area for almost 13 to 14 years. I know what is happening in Airport East, Airport Hills, all the properties there. Property BNU Airport Hill, I rent it. Okuja to black pa omra bonti me bodua mimi kutakusua onusu kutakusua ye modua so rent is adan no sometimes we just do political gimmickry because yeti kroma no yeti abemu. Look at this guy without much shenanigans attacking any political figure in this country and getting away with it. And never begin a parliamentary vetting committee. The whole country is watching you. And you can sink a lie like this. You can lie in front of the whole nation. Insulting the intelligence of the whole country. Listen, me see Airport Hills, Obianu rental. And you rental.
And you are saying that because you're chairman of Airport Hills Committee now.
If you are someone make count here, me say Obi Ghana Hayat, Obi and a property here. If you are the American child, say me say we are journalists. That's why the problem. So when you come in like that, the mistake we and say the media they always insult the media, say being the fourth estate of the realm. Mami come and say me can't bet the Americans. Senka in any advanced country, media no the fourth estate, are very, very active and can dig and find out information free and give it out. Kokuja Tabnakwa will not have the moral right. Can the conscience crowd will not prick him to come out and lie like that? That is the point I'm making. Because media and a few people be and a bear digging up find our way, and yet just easy to find out. The records are there. Say Airport Hill,
bring the records.
If you may say Airport Hills, Obianu rental. Into Kuja to Black Wakasa, I dare him. Me dare. I dare him. Said documents what you're bringing on, and you know, correct or what. And we will say it because we say it without a CSA fighting corruption. You make sure say you bear the right to look at it or no would be or anymore. Just say many President Mahama who passed the probity and accountability lesson as a corridor could as a foreign minister of the Republic of Ghana, first diplomat of the Republic of Ghana, a diplomat, somebody who is going to negotiate for Ghana goodwill, the first point of call on the ambassadors. We are seeing now about Vetina, the whole nation. Jeffrey Archer. What kind of book Jeffrey Archer? Britain. Go and find out one member of parliament. Yes. And it's not a joke. It's a kind of society that we are building. Say, I'm not careful. Me also be padama catcher. If you are one way, say, me, I will never be corrupt. I'm not corrupt. Me, be a major party, be a meeting me own up and come and tell the whole nation. I don't fear anybody. Because now, I'm going to Ghana gas, be catcher. Say me, mania bankada, mani pedium da. Me fie na metena ye me office ni o me gu me office nyam na toy na obi pa omra ni modua ni ehwe se transfer me ka me boa. I can never be corrupt. Eti na mano den no. It is always say and now di who ko baby na o me di picture be to Instagram ni e moko you are chopping me di abansika na wo afia poku aso ni me sha se call London na me di 17 years ko ya dwuma o McDonald's and na me ye minimum dwuma maye baby amaya juma TGI Friday Capital Ford any ade what you say me kuta me Nokia 3210 me di bi ba Ghana 1999 na mobile phone no mu use mobile phone akese ni bi obi onim wa ofro wakoa the point that I'm making if you actually want to say sabi awon ya any kunsun any brand or time and nkofo bi di Ghana and on their form momental na sabi obi ko gina baby na o ye adwuma ni e kan sam ni nyoma enimu tian because of ahoya any kunsun in the coming months if ya me say we will scrutinize this government and make sure say Ghana for who the real people that we put in government that they voted for. Yeah, there any problem. Opposition yet Dukadaya, yet you are coming back in strong force to make sure say we combat them and deal with any corruption cases. Be almost some fighting corruption. In the first place, some catch you say we interview me catch you say there will be serious economic hardship in the coming days. Opa, young to bet. Because mismanagement na basa. I say ye di fear japadia mawo. Who fear ye di fear japadia mawo. Ye bet me the japadia jobia o papa ni wa o timi di na japadia jo dun mo de japadia janwa. Obetun ton sase na di. Obi won so ba kopo posia de abe ni papa japadia yi. Na say bi enam say okoya wa mo no modin nti o chiri di obo no modin. What you say, Kufuado's leadership, Nyoma obey Ghana Hano, posterity will judge Ghanaians, posterity will judge. Said the make they say, one the akoso. Yasha see lebo first 15 days, first 30 days, and Nyoma akoso, and then go to the secondary senior high school and go and see. Yeah, happy or and Kuala Nyani or Mudi or air time, teacher for to be free, and Miss Ozubempa, a dear, a teacher for they are calling us. Go and see the power crisis in the coming weeks. You will see. Say, so will start. And I will tell you, say, if you are not make a choice, say, go. Ekabe the jato. Men are never nebu baby or say, a kabi sabranti no ama, a frewa tetequa. It is a kadawa, and untina also bet made your mind or so. Also, we are competent enough. Also, we are Jomama. Ya more new 4 years, it too baby. The people of Ghana want the better life, economy, no. They say, oh, baby, economy, no. Oh, what could they say fuel prices? What checking fuel prices? If you what checking fuel prices? We want the Ghanaian people to see just 30 days in office. 30 days in office, if it is going to be worse, and it's going to be worse. I'm telling you what I'm talking about, America, because the indicators on the ground are urban. If you are near papa for the people of Ghana, you will come and do excuses. Look at what is happening. Also, we are aura, fighting corruption, and Krofua cases were high profile cases in what clear knowledge possible, and now we be fighting against on a year anywhere. Wow, do what do one. And Okuja Black the propaganda and Crophobia loot to the state until they are going after them. Now, Omu justify a court, a work court to I see dealing with that cases. No, you left it at. They should also bring the Airbus matter back because it's part of the state institution. Nyoma SU or mining more. Yeah, Ghana for ya dream ya say. Yeah, small man penny be so uncle play on your mamra. Emma Muira, Emma, the former president. Atamil Sano, a former president, SCT investigating committee. Etia or no one the sitting president you it uncle for all of uncle for Airbus Matamra. Young country, all the corruption cases are supposedly that is there. And yes, sir, yeah, MPP for your more to make them say, yes, you have a big demonstration in this country. General assassination demonstration. And we are going to demand accountability. We are going to demand for the right thing to be done. 4 less good, 2 less bad animal farm kind of politics. Throw into the eyes of the Ghanaians and say MPP for Lutu Nyoma and Nyoma Ekosoni we the perception media minimum.
Evidence 8 years now. How come one fan court now catching this? If indeed there was enough
some American Operation Loot, perception of corruption, anything to do with corruption, investigate.
If there's enough evidence on the Airbus issue, say the UK 40 home committee nominee idea now. Moment fan court in the
Airbus as one setting committees here at Tabels.
Committee.
Omwa by no vice president, His Excellency John Dramani Mama vice president. At Tamil to set up an investigative committee to investigate.
I know
yes,
about
and America said or set up a committee to investigate him. Young coaches are the enemy. Sa committee na set na Kotia Twata or I would emphasis to me and your uncle family so fight corruption. Uncle family, near fight it. Near Nina, teacher or Maya did dachi papa bebre. Or Maya disusan so papa bebre. Or Maya bema yen phone and Kaduma. A Mabrunua at home. Ebe says Sabi and yet the de banku and a cocoa banku. Yen a crop of former. It is a no say. So Sabi attend Russia or Tonazu be Rafe Jaffo. Now Babe Pessibu Magana for you who say Sabi political party be there. Omo akromfuna we mu de omo eya Okuja Twabla himself on chance investigate on one ho on investigate on one ho otiase allegedly and nyoma asisi during the time of Atamils allegedly and sase hu sense asisi wo kroma Okuja Twabla should go back and start investigate himself otiase na some dey obi ka
question when somebody asks you
you will some
against Okuja Twa 8 years no not even one case to take to court.
And I made sure I wasn't in power. I wasn't an attorney general. I wasn't the one who was controlling. Listen, as I may say, I wasn't part of those investigative attorney general and all that.
Anything that MPP did during the 8 years, mobile identifies evidence way against Okuja Twa. More than the back of court. I don't know why you want starting the visa.
Maintain your canoe. As some can maintain your life.
Oh, MPP, you are not attorney general, but you are part of the government. Were you aware during the 8 years that there was any attempt to start any investigation or collecting evidence?
Okuja Twabla kwa yeah. Okoka Brian Champion Semwa. Nyame na me de ko shraj. And I wouldn't be the Okuja Twabla kwa shraj. Debut me catch you say I was the only MPP member me do Okuja Twabla kwa shraj. For the record. And you know, that Clenam company be our Mubuta and Asemo. Me na me de ko shraj. So I register or violate parliamentary laws. Media of Yami also be family, Obia Meta Kasa Kekeko. You are Bemunu made the course right. Go and check the records. What you say? 18 say, can't someone may say Statia. What you say? Do you already a beef? You're not the ones in a beef. 18 in the coming months, ye mom grace period. Ye not assassinate demonstration by the chassis. Say, Ghana, no, and you'll be at the hour. Ye idea. It is also by party who be loot to corruption. Now operation loot to be chain crofwa. Munkofa said dinam emra. Munkofa and crofwa ya clear or muninano. Munsha same deal with that. Airbus corruption at Tamils set investigation. They should come back and start investigating those matters. They who say or mine, yen back into starting now go after MPP for be no problem. What you because anything I have stating is say me. Me say see me boss me corrupt into manuati make aside. Nobody can gag anybody. And let me tell those people like oh me baby I me to me kwa da me kwala bring me na me come abroad chiri ko Jimeni oh we gani me gani one am sure now they near NDC ni power na ye ti kromo ani ye demonstration against them. What do you say? We want politics. Me wo hin say eno de and ye obi asem me wo Ghana no me wo ye to abawie ye yes of course I did not fear before me
trending now mutu gina the time fails and then
asema make on to make me say what you say me hu bruni no na me prame dem me hu bruni na me prame dem me maton dokuna na jopen o etimi srobobo maton dokuna na jopen etimi srobobo afia ye ti kromo anu anade NDC for opposition no president mama no tu kwan no adwane ana NDC for penny for no mu tu kwan no ana ye ti koma o mo ba opposition tie me ba o mo ba opposition na no tu na de wa ban mu na me tu kwan ye wa ban na me tu kwan ana se na me nya ma ban mu ana me ti third line no na me tu kwan sansam funu aya no mte Ghana wa mo kekeka no a ensam funu a ho ya ni kun oh nipa bi wo a they are blood minded people seriously because afia me pia mu na se me wo bibi ye na se me wo misika omboto no matumi kwan se me kwa MBB a me do esebio me ya kola na me di 17 years am tu kwan no na se bi obi ti Ghana no obi betima kansam funu a kire me se adeti no tu kwan na ama be political figure me Ghana na ye ka o mo be Ghana if you are omo Ghana or Ghana me say one of those people are Ghana and then obi betima me Is there a coup d'etat in Ghana?
Holidays and
There be o me quiet the other say be me no obi wo akuntabu. Ebia say me no obi wo akuntabu say me come baby a me me kra wo kwakwanchacha wo ti wo baby a o say me kra say me come baby enti me kra what be that fia what be that na said omo brother kra na omo tete Ghana kra ti me na tutu kwan kwa brochiri na me na 17 years na me na ma brochiri ma mu chini ewiase ma fa na nyina na me aban ti me baba aban mu a ma be ne na ma aban no ma nya hwe kra mfiri mu a me eno no na che se o unyu kwan se so tu kwan ensamfo ben so no afia me ti bi da o me ti bi da you afia you know too well. Why don't you let the general public know? Send me to 17 years me classmate ora mami kan cho mami kan sem na NDC fo ni tie ni on person mu hu nipa o mu nim onim me pa o mu ko busa Remonacha is a member of the Ora. He was my classmate at Ghana Institute of Journalism. Santa na me call London na me ba Remonacha oni me go and ask Remonacha. They should go and ask Remonacha. They say Ora for no member ba ko ya me classmate, me bona fide friend. My friend, my long-time friend. I'm in a classroom, Ghana Institute of Journalism. Raymond Acha. They should go and ask him. Now they are two about me free chroma me free almost 10 days ago.
Okay.
It is obi say matna chroma no matter me tip me na kumas me na me crying. Ade na de DNS Ghana. Me say DNS Ghana. Me Ghana, me didn't me Ghana. Not that day now. First time we interview me, na me kase free Afghanistan. First day to abani, there be first day to abani we yenwa. Me catch say NDC. Omuni bi papa bi ade more man wa. Me come adwene cho na me wo Ghana na me wo Europe na me wo.
Na wo Ghana.
Na me ni go mo a. Me ma there be na de member there be afia da se ba community as you. Ade Ghana ho ya bandi obi se mo bi ba. There be o me say Ghana ho ya bandi obi se me ma ho. Why no what audacity say ono e say na NDC party na si ho. NDC party na omo ye de wo mu. Dodi ni moja e sign krata no ye NDC no. Odi ase me na me say nsuoma no. Odi ase NDC sunsum no me ekura me e hye me botom. NDC sunsum e hye me botom. Eti omo ye ne de bi no omo ye o. Afia de ken kwa. Me say asema me ka utie. Me say NDC. The odi NDC ba ya odi sunsum sign letter wo so.
Okay.
Na me na me say nsuoma no.
Okay.
Eti NDC sunsum e hye me botom.
Me say on
Eti wo say wo no wa ba wo say dey. Me ne nam kromo me omo na Ghana ho na ye omo dia. Ana Ghana na ye ho adia.
Okay.
Ye na nanom na kudo mo jaje Ghana to ho. Ghana no ye ne dia. It was over then now me to me kwa ko me ba bia ko e ma de o si me madwane na omo madwane omo po omo madwane a omo nkoche sedinam omo ko fa namra o di ase and obia listen obia no osuro obi o afia let everybody understand that bema yo mema na den sabi o obia ni boss ba ko na won na ntema na afia bi busa question obia o boss mienu and you are going to die once. Obi abewu e dey na obi suro se obi mi ye ka obi osuro obi a mi o usu bemba me nka ho kra me efia me no matiase ye be good credible opposition ye be making sure say we will keep them on their toes. We will make sure me ba me catch yourself here me be ye na assassin demonstration even if it's only 1 month. Me say next month ye mo grace period. February no and there. Yeah, call 6th of March. Ye di Independence Day we are. Ye be kekan ho. Ye be ye nara assassin demonstration.
Settle in government at the 6 months.
And I make sure say 6 months no we hunu say nya dia e betima mom say grace period no. Because the same incompetence is glaringly showing in the eyes of the ordinary Ghanaian. Everybody is seeing it. It is clear. Say incompetence is going on everywhere.
Based on what? Based on what?
Now, again, no more criticizing our Mukase Ghana, Hunchiraba, and then Oba and Hunchir, what Tima Tene economy around. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Kuya, if ya. It doesn't matter. ye besi usu anke sheoma.
Now say this month, IMF renegotiation.
I the entire no so ankofo kogu or say oso ankofo kogu senchi say or kwakoye economic reforms e kosi say. Is it not the same thing that they are planning to do? As some make country say, we see the same thing that they are repeating and packaging them, the same strategy, the same things. Give a dog a bad name.
Demonstration against you in the first at least 6 months or 1 year. Also, demonstration against Mahama in within 6 months.
Listen, and your ma kosono. Look at Okuja Blackwa coming to stand in the front of the whole parliamentary. No, I catch them say, I have for no were running for their lives. Who you know say it's not true. Say I have for no certain MPs in our parliament or no more altercation or no. Na him for no were running for their life because MPP tax were waiting outside for them. And you know say no correct. Somebody who's a diplomat tell you or no ne ko jina Ghana in any more we are seeing na. Utimi gnatsi no we chantro kakaka say actually Ghana for. What you say? Dead on arrival. It doesn't speak well of us as a country. Okay. Such a person is a minister of foreign affairs for the Republic of Ghana. And indeed, on the side, the corruption, fighting corruption, a group of people be in Ghana. Now, ocean conduct. Any redeeming now. Where are the demonstration of Ghana? So almost say, Amamu Nkoaa Ghana for who children. Ye pesa or the dollar no ba form. Said your promises or bema dollar na ba form no. What you say? Ghana for your ready to ye na assassin no. Ye China adwene so. Amana who said dollar no. Kofo area no 1 to 1. And ombe increase no call 4 to 5. And 2 to 150%. And yes, the kakrabe ka into on some family baby and down here. Na Ghana for who say yes. Petrol prices and increase here and they driver for soon. Ewo kromu no. O make sure so a petrol no better sooner ba fofofo. The fiade ba kukure twa yensu mu ne say oko promise mi nua no mo kumase bantuma na no me ko bobo ansa na me ben. Onu aso mo ka cho mo say ozu empa ye hwe ni mu ne ye nkokon nketenkete no ye nkokon nketenkete no ye nsan kan Ghana fo hia ye nkokon nketenkete. Nti omo twen ade nkokon nketenkete no. Wo mo ti kumase fie twen omo nkokon nketenkete. They say nkania no eye dum enye dum so dum enti sese no oma kania ni nyina so te se de akufu ado aban 7 to 6 years dan kania ni gina so hire ya na Nigeria for di twampo am oma kania ni nyina so oma kania ni nyina so na fe no ye hunu se the promises o kan ye no se 24-hour economy ni ye hu ye e wo he
okay
enti God grace period no Donald Trump by here obey mampeni or Shasia from day one or Shasia implementing all his policies. We are not going to wait any longer for any rhetorics. 4 years in a while. No, try my hair 4 years in a swing. Or try my no swing. Me catch it all. Yera assassin demonstration is loading. And we will take. Yes, we are going to come out and let the ordinary Ghanaian know. Says so. 24-hour economy. No, we must see the policy roll out. And go compete. Akuko di encounter and chair and unquache and confirm koye my and also didn't go compete takrabua for. In Tomo de almost say Omobechen Kukwamaya Ghana for ready and Kanya no money enough so. Oma dollar no emra from na Ghana for Tom and ne kenki kubusa kenki. Konkrana kubusa kenki boss is here. Nebusa the price of kenki. Esu wisa. No so better so. I'm an abba for Mama Ghana for 1 Tom. No go catch it. He said a teacher for university SHS no. Obama de Obama musika no makwa kodidwa odwom. Ye hu teacher ni bia kodidwa odwom. A teacher for no ye fidu kwala no ne gari photo eno mu die nkwan ntohuro nkwan ene nkwala ni die mesi ntohuro nkwan ene nkwala ni die ntoma yo madwene se sabio ye be mo honi mu dia ne o manya pa na ye baba betie si papa na opposition so de afia ye aduane ayedi ye no o mu de besie ni pa ne ama Ghana fo hu se de ekoso amamuo we ni amamuo we no omo abeta sinisa besipani kuni na haban. Na me
Hello,
say Ghanaian people.
Just 1 month. As opposition, I Thomas. As a man, Popo Bribri, as a shock.
Via opposition says
Usually, no. 6 months, 1 year.
We don't have any criteria. Come to America, baby. I would say the Democrats have started holding press conferences against Elon Musk, saying Elon Musk is not the guy who was voted for. He's taking everybody, he's taking Medicare, and dealing with everybody. And they are all the governors in all the started doing what you Ghana. I said no.
Okay.
How NDC was able to vilify this government. Then the Kogalamse side correct. Kogalamse side correct. Should you see Obuasi? Should you see Obuasi recently? You think it's a proper thing to do? Young men and women taking this country security. Just Ghana and I said, yeah, say I coup d'etat, say I de obintimintiasie. Said yeah, na koso. Man penny no ankasa. Ebra no your opposition leader. Ekojina voter region ka say NDC comes from a revolutionary background. And when it comes to unleashing violence, nobody can beat them. And it's being justified by his own political party people. Oma justified, they were following the cue of John Mahama, His Excellency, the President of the Republic. And would you think, sir, we are going to sit down, say, and conforming taking the country by storm?
Yo.
Na basa Ghana because abambia ba power into conforming taking over no munya de omope. Na so almost lose power 4 years. Na MPP mabunu tisi kroma. If you would you have the moral right to come and tell me who's been passed? And I may catch it say. So is it right?
It's not right.
Everything a Ghana for say.
It's not right.
MPP for a mistake. MPP for a mistake. No mum pay because of no maybe a mistakes be a to no to abeti as a mumra. Mubaya, you are exhibiting worse.
Okay.
Within the first 30 days, you are justified, say you are incompetent and you have no right to be business to be in government. Okay. And that's the point. What you see here, everywhere you are seeing lawlessness. Lose some life for Boise. Yenara assassinate demonstration. Now can be that say or Boise. Now man for you for Mabuna sorry say you can't go rob Boise gold mine. Aqua to go raw. Can you imagine this?
Okay.
Yeah, by moon be bisa ho. Say Mabunu I see in your crown. You be cause of Boise. Asema make county as you may say. Sebi preduasa. And preduasa. Said yeah nanya and they in the modern 2024-2025. Na mabunu ye call ya koto si koto share judges nipa bi wi uti so bi hre ne nkwa eti wo de MPP be compare NDC the good MPP be kwa content NDC sabi ye nyamuna asem kra na nya ya bi sabi nipa nkwa hre ni sa anwoma no emma eti de ye kan say going forward no ye chichire o man oti ase ye chichire o man no Ghana for ne sabi o 30 days ni empese ye be kasa fi am dem timba bi o na be frɛ me se me nkata enti de me kan se me de we kura ne de ye fridge no dɔso ye nya nyi ye ti se e ba be kasa ba sabi ensamoni nti ne chichire din ye nananom bi ne kai enu nti eni aya adwen se ye be sechire ya no ni abeti asi ho ni aka nsɛm aban no se pin kura top form kura be scrutinize.
Okay.
Se pin top form and we are ready. We are ready to make sure say we will be a better opposition and we are going to make sure say the opposition will be stronger. Yeah, catch that me take your opportunity to catch the ranks and file of the new patriotic party say Memo biabamumu ye were titru ne nintrim wo party ni mu a omo nyina ka bom ye party a obi a kire na dwo obi kire na dwo kire party na tete apansam that route no mo hwe de ekoso na mo nkeka mo ho na mo sori nyina ho na mo pepa because a kire na mu ye oso no besan sori ne ye besan woku gigim 2028 to the Jubilee House and we are winning election 2028. It's non-negotiable. we are going to win that election and win it and win it.
Okay.
And the man about the sa or say, Oko Kaos and California, man, or say, it would be and so heba. And it would be tia manieba. Unyamisi o yi bibia fi ho. No di papa bi ahye ho amaye. Eti MPP for me say e di enti and so heba. Bible le kan. And it would be tia manieba. O yi bibia fi ho. No di papa ahye ho amaye. Did you see a signs of going back to the drawing board, reorganize ourselves, re-energize the party grassroots, and come back. Good is MPP there. And Yansaphonia Tituphonia Toto Rufo. Yeah, back now your mistakes are here, grassroots to fire neglect you omo, grassroots to fire yan show omo, grassroots to fire ja omo, Emma womo, any tobaha, and omu jais omo kotwaba maye, ombetrefi. And untina sebiu NDC for enya dede omu ukruma anka 2.1 million ekoto aba ema MPP anka we won by said na make 50.9 50.0 something like 50.9%. Na nyankopon na nim de oye inti me touch the MPP for you na say obi am sorry
lose fairly because God no so 41.57.
na said there was a total apathy of 2.1 million of NPP supporters. When you NDC, they only had 100,000 of their votes from 2020. 100,000 per and the back home. A church Ghana for crash and pay NDC. Ghana form pay now before and the cotton or before the young crop for the cotton you say about Pama Bottom be Garis as a do there. Obejana when I call cotton field one to about my MPP. Na ye no na ye dia chowpa ebe kofom ni akofrefre ye nkrofo a omde abufuo ni asolve ye problems abufuo ni Matthew Macau ene omo ye Matthew Macau ni na ye ko pacho na afi ya frɛ om ye do ma bafie ya tire pa
chowpa na mo be demonstration against mama mo ko
eno de said ye de afi anyom na mba kire de enye eno nkire say we are not going to be a responsible opposition.
Okay.
Going on a demonstration is part of our civic right, and we will exercise it without any fear or favor. And MPP is coming away. Mabuno, sorry. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. And we are going to come out in our numbers. Say no, Obi and Buafu are not one to more be about opposition ya Casade, Ebekosua, Omo and Yoma San. Mabunu no besa sorry na mabunu no ahyase akekoma hu se ese ye gia ye yara assassin oti ase ya boarding ni maye moja ye nananu hwegunya de to ho ma ye ma obi emetrase emetwa ntro magi tumi na onye de opebia to atase yeso ye betis yeso ye das na fiase fe de hu se so hu se fiase hu se if you are always a civil ifo bi kasa no mo ye ifo opinion ifo bi no mo kasa university lecturer na de na be gina no kasa if you are na say wahu ba bi a mo gina wo o de ase say wahu ye nua Professor Jampu de da no ya no ko strike ni ho ahwan nyina na chese ohinta di akiri na de wadwane no nim de oteo if you anti say no ye opposition ba be scrutinize sankrofoni na ye say no na de omo ye nyina no they were bastardizing the NDP government. Professor Jampo ni Nkoaa
professor's appointment also be paid.
O say dey
but electoral commission boss man aside we feel go na the same political science department na mo dey no koto electoral commission
ba be compare government appointee ye proper appointee efia wa medi hu ya menu ba ahofedia medi hu ya menu ba dabio na the electoral commission appointment dabio the electoral commission appointment eba be compare appointment political appointment NDC for no be crazy say omo aye adwuma ye de adwuma Professor Jampo so akwa argue say onu so ye adwuma onye adwuma anka ye bona ba so aye so aye adwuma aye so be cause labor confusion allegedly obe cause labor confusion in this country why adwuma pa why adwuma ye so be fie ani ahwe no Waya juma pa omo ya juma or civil society. One no more can summon. Omo nyina ya juma ya de ani na ehwe omo. Ya de ani na ehwe omo. Na sabi obufo so be wi aduati a onhwe hu ye because sabi what goes around will come around. It ya be fie ani. It is something say obi nso from other angle no kasa ye be fie ani ni ahwe omu yi. Say kufu ado aban ye labor for nko strike. Ye nye say na ni nyina na ye paremfo ene nkrofo bi agye. Kroma ye hu ye. Ye nya nkrofo bi no mkotu police for car keys. Na se maburu bi so sori ogana ha. No mo so ye demonstration so mo ko Jubilee House. Ye be hwe omo a ombe sori akase Ghana MPP for Eddie Emre Shomus. I'm reminding you all these things because there's going to be Debbie Obia Samaya can tear the American ye pa. What I say may remind you say you see down they see no Ghana United Chroma who they see you. It down on what I say they see no you're reminding ourselves. Say it's an emulation enough. Everybody is learning. So be a sure. What I say, yeah, dano you quiet demonstration and President Mama, let my vote count alliance. Ye bo obi ani tu obi ani. Ekufu ado aban mu, obi kotu police kaki ya mono ya anye ne hwe oje ne ho tototo ko fie ko dai e ma ne ho to no wanto na nanom wonse do. Ne ho ne mo recruit eno na kire the kind of leader Ghana for ye be kirem ama Ghana for hu eti se yansu sorry se yansu be demonstration niako Jubilee House niako express your concern ma obi sorry so be use the security agencies against the ordinary Ghanaian.
Okay.
Nobody may catch you because platform near big. And we are going to be a responsible opposition. We are going to come out and defend the constitution and the laws of this country. So opposition. And I'm speaking on behalf of the ranks and file of the New Patriotic Party as a deputy communication director of the party.
Okay.
And we are saying, say, MPP and MPP, but sorry, MPP will work and MPP will work as a responsible opposition that will win power in 2028.
Okay. Yo, also about me so na me fa call if me no almost nche o madwen about there also waka no. Text, mama ma good evening. Text, be a microphone ha me ntie there also wadwen che the what no so far Also be pa train. Miss Ampire so train ntiti kasa.
Okay, me chia also be pa or me party deputy communication officer.
Page your voice kakra mami. No be anto nka.
Yeah, me person me kakra ne say. This is if you are share Sam George ne yini bi on friend parliament in on friend is
vetting
who should be everywhere the beer we used to against the chief justice there he stood by it. Just was it this week or last week? Ono kase Asem the Nipakrono car said daughter of a Medrano, the person has to come out and apologize. But he will Chrome has Sam George said he is standing by his convictions. In some kind, he is standing by it. Say bonnet, and the law permits him to tell Manika the SOKBia. Nipakrono car said daughter of a Medrano, does the law not permit him to do it? And I know
that's question no.
And a second one, me person be bizarre say. Yes, oral for no. Almost state lands. But the question I'm asking is if a land is bought legitimately, legally, ebia what as I see what a friend is saying, cantonment. Ebia what as $100,000. But total any the amount ebia 200,000 Ghana cedis. Legitimately and yet legally. Boniana. Or does mean call law school? It meaning it's who sign the pakrowe ye invite to is it bad like and him function oral for no almost at home medjuma is it say after 2017. The question is, where did they start from? Almost started in 2009. As at the time, Prof. Mills buy up to now, and I say almost started 2017.
We don't know. I haven't seen the report.
Exactly. We don't know. The oral case in essence, a special prosecutor and echo, and essence attorney general. Essence, a special prosecutor because we are essence conform as a rich hunting. But then him say, so much is come a bed. What you say? Because we can't always let government appointees and be fiscal near the idea. What you say? It was this come a yepe. And now could that general say, Sika almost about 39 cases, it's amounting to $20 billion. Hey, $20 billion. Oh, Ghana, now we have $20 billion. Now IMF Sika cry, I ain't a what's our cry out $20 billion.
I'm not sure whether those are the figures that you mentioned.
That's exactly what he said. That's exactly what he said. Now $20 billion IMF Sika cry, I ain't Ghana Nankasa cry a ton, I ain't benya. Not $20 billion. Oh, please. Oh, and then why man can why?
Yeah, that's also. Okay, Barry, Mama, good evening, Akaba, you.
If you're to say,
Yeah, also.
Boko, what's maker?
Yeah, talk about Casa.
Say, yeah, what the call was a balano swat. The PR chess or per se, or kick him.
Don't be a Casa.
Oh, that's a minute of Sicasa. Messi. Said the demonstration or said that Bena Obas or obey demonstration. So what
after 6 months independence.
After 6 months, me say you hanum said the said demonstration it me baswa. We will see. Onwamuna Okano, he is not going to be there to just organize all this thing. Why now do so baby do watch it? Abra we have people have seen said yema mum why one yemfa na 7 ono de
sound here. Not going to be there. First on organizing idea no.
Oh hey. Only Ghana says here. Only Ghana organizers here.
6 months in the 50 and
I may say to you, and I may say, what dear, we live to see. That day no bedru honmo. There is not going to be any demonstration.
Oh, okay.
What dear share? Me say, right? What dear me say? Osu bempa obubomka. So one thing we have to it's your chance to say. Ukasa as party member, there's nothing wrong with it. You defend your party, there's nothing wrong with it. But emetu anya enguni penny. Say, yes, starting a year of friend say friend. And then I'm over transfer that if you know say some and then I was so glad say na pushing say and then I'm over transfer why you do not do this things. So and sometimes we need to be careful about we are building a country, not a political party. So and then you know what do you me find say so I say 6 months, right? After 6 months, right?
After 6 months,
After 6 months can be like December or whatever. So what was the answer? Okay, so we expect him say or no baba organize or friends say demonstration, right? We live to see. We love to see all these people because say also already on your corrupt, right? Also on your corrupt. And you know where say when Anjevia what you were ora for Abehow. Ubi be no be a honum. And this will be no be a honma. Who problem necessary will be fight woman.
Nothing other people, some people first vice chairman, you cry friends a guy in Murphy. On the family be anyone bomb the fan a car, but let kind almost had in a car brain.
And I'm a you or my befa will be. Oh, before BBA because
government appointee.
Very good. And then right now, no, they are not going for individual. If you are a government official and they suspect that you have done something, and any partners won't think I say, oh, you're guilty. I brought you to any nothing way. Would you say, yeah, Shaz, yeah, young fast, any paramran. More government, why you did not just go and arrest that lady?
Maybe not say, lady, no, Ghana, and question on to really legitimate. Brother, also say, you will have made enough for court. You will not say, you are convicting. You are only Ghana. It is a mother, no go for any park on the man.
Antifia, you have been in the government for 8 years. You have all this Interpol and everything. So are you telling us right now, say, You guys do not have no power to just search for somebody who has run away. Bet you. And all say witch hunting. If there is a witch, then it must be a hunter. Somebody need to fight for. Yeah. If there is a witch, then we have to hunt them. Because one, also bet me up the kikamisa. What do you see your hanum? Say me catch us say. Can me say Sasem se dimwa. Right? Sasem dimu pa. They should have done something. We have something which is pressing Ghana. It's not like Obia Mumuna Muslim Mudinasemo. Muna Muslim Makovitino. So you have to go and arrest her. Mamifa Obuso the Pan S720, also me catch her say, can a Japan will Kevin and vote and offense say Obako Diomachi. Me catch her a bemu. And the BM says, oh Massa say me catch her say, this guy is done. Right, a bemu. Anything Messi Owusu Bemba. But you're saying
God, I said this guy is done. No, why?
Oh, can I Japan is done?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I don't think so. Ben, I just about the running because one, no, say right now the internal politics has to begin. Okay, make almost every people know, who say they need to sit down and see what they have done wrong. And me say a friend say, yeah, you also not tough of no, a big minister, they still don't get it right. So Obusu Bempa, what be now what lusu kesi say, and kesa would me be one a kasa de. So would me be or not kasa, but who better to have boom? We are not scared of you. So and then you know one thing of you made them say my kasa me say 6 match ni drua. Apart from 6 in the middle of the match, that demonstration now maswa. Me person oba. So oba who station who friend no be ma. He need to apologize. Yeah.
Okay. That is the
one thing I say because oh yeah, no.
Okay.
We are building a nation. Okay. This time, no, Mahama is doing everything. Whatever he promised, he's on it.
Okay.
So right now, Mahama is building a future for the NDC. You see how he appointed us. Oh, and the old people in Nano, they are there advising these young people. We are building a future for the country. It's not like the political parties. No, we put the country first because out of the country you get a good political leaders.
Okay.
What do you mean? Say? And it's also been party or power on Kasa.
Okay.
Into no your onkasa. What ya bemu kwano? One jima wan kwachi obi. Na fe na wo fra bema over be yi. Wo de self me who say no odujuma bi adi. Ye nsa so de mu a ye ba ma na djuma ye. Do de me na me jamo. Eh na okay. Ati okay. Yeah, okay. Ya cha no ma me say there. I hope say nyame adom na ho ton kakra.
Oh, no matter. I said they're no bass on the one.
All right. Bye bye.
Yeah, that's very. Hey, good evening.
If you're good evening, mob down we, Masumpomuye, Pamoyes. Also, Ben Pedaminian, one bis and questions to be about talk.
Okay,
catch an hour him, bis and question. He looks sick to me. Catch it on San Yerba.
No, also Vampire, he's always been slim. They're tiny, and that's his nature.
Because Nepe be a Muna or New York,
yeah. But I'm not so coat, but he's always been
Mama Casa Mitchell, Mom Crichton.
He looks that's bad.
Oh,
yeah, personal attack. Also, Vampire, you look terrible. That was an unfair comment. Why did you post it? What posted public comment? Why did you post it? Personal comment. Why?
I posted what?
Oh, no, who now posted comment?
I told him to smile. That's what I said.
Looks terrible. Smile.
Yeah, of course. If I say somebody looks terrible.
Oh yeah, not the OTA, not here. When you have plastic surgery, so man, your personal make your point and go.
You always
below the belt to cry. Obiba like you. Now see he looks terrible. Into a year a plastic surgery
area. Area, I'm coming. We are not catching them as well.
I'm obi bro. We are not
But
but
I'm talking.
Me person would to me said that was a bad comment. Man, yeah, personal.
I was.
Somebody's grown ass man, somebody's husband. Obi bra, obi ba. You don't describe the person as looking terrible. You don't do that. Withdraw that. You posted it public.
I withdraw that, but I told him to smile. Since I on smile kakra.
Then you're by force. You don't choose when people smile.
If ya, Mama Kabasa.
Platform there are rules and regulations. You see, someone can say, yeah, but we have to stop it. Say, any personal, politics, you are entitled to your position, but don't do personal attacks.
Oh, the thing is just a harmless comment. Oh, my chance.
It's not harmless. It's you are dealing with people's friends saying confidence. Once will be the confidence level ne people don't have discretion. We don't decide for God how we are created. It's not good. It's not good. People do that all the time, but it's not good. So Bibano can say he looks terrible. It's not good. Politics but it's not good. It's not good. We a senior person, Tina may confront you. But we a senior person, so it shouldn't come out of your mouth. So what I say? So I know Bibano can be chewa. I will deal with the person. And let them be, then we'll just ignore them. But don't let us go to that tangent. So it's not good. It's not good.
Okay. Okay. First of all, catch you also he made a statement. I say, Yaba Chiamai, Ghana on Yanan Kutenza, or you in Iza, a Fantino, a Kobonu, a Santino, ya one people. And the issue of Yaba Bejiam and Winchado on what. Secondly, also about a demonstration. Nobody stops you from having a demonstration. Nobody stops you. It's your constitutional right to have any demonstration that you want to have. Okay. At the same time, also, okay, a demonstration, there are laws that govern demonstration. So if you think you're going to do a demonstration and take it to a different place, how security and anything, the security agencies also deal with you. In the past, he's done certain things that people have actually ignored. In any case, on the mention, we are in 2025, and 25 area. Why are you still using the word incompetent on John Mahama? You get it. When he uses a certain adjective to describe a certain people, that one is normal. But making a harmless comment is an issue. These are the things that we talk about. If you don't want anybody to add, the reason why I come on your platform is not because of anything. Like you said, but I will not allow somebody to attack somebody, just as you don't want me to attack somebody, even though I feel it's sarcastic, but you don't want me to attack it. But Obadona said, or refer to a certain president as incompetent, you allow it to just slide. That is not fair. That's
not a personal insult. That is political description, which has been used throughout the 2016 campaign. That is not insult. That is not Muhammad's person. That is about his work. So I say, Obi folks say they do not to see, and Obi also folks say, also they have to see to it. But I'm saying that using the panic characteristics when they have no control about how God created them, that's what they are personal. You should agree that what they are personal. But competency otherwise, I know they are about how people have executed their performance in their roles. So what? And I know you also have a right to disagree. Say, Brian Rickby, what fire fine. Mr. Ampari by and he even got more time. I
just want to be snappy.
So that the tables around and make it look like attacking host, because me they want to be attacking me. No, but don't make it look like he says incompetent. That's about performance. But only control over how they were created.
Asem ya can you chado. That's my withdraw. My withdraw.
Listen, yes, I don't make you look. Every day I try to make people look like we are stupid. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, you brought it back. You brought it back. Don't do that. Don't do. You like doing that. Don't do that. No, Francis Mamitio. Francis Wachokas.
Stefia, Echiao, any Edmapa, Obama, my Ghana. Stefia, Adebaqua, Mestre, ma MPP for one time, say, yet on mine, especially Usubempa. Ye enter political party. I may be on my penny, JM buying. Mahama buy, who said, no, maybe or no ma, na air train Ghana car or Tesoba. Sa no mano, and a person position, and also party opposition, also bar. Oh, ade we Mahama ye, ye, so o ye say bi kan ho a ebeboa mama na eden akoso. Time bia ye njai say ana we ye bi, yansu ye bi. E ma ma na nkoso. Ye besre, anye bia asisi minister si awate sui, asevu ganeska. Ana no or the warning amane we for ne say or say chief of staff entre mo bia say mo bia yusu eye first class bi. Ni nyina ganeska no we de omo esewu. So enti say oh yes ade we ya enu kwansetem bia no ekoye say ase your opposition ti no de we bia anye ema enu kwanse yes ade no ye besere anye bia omampani nanado eba yi odi face hs ba yi ye na ebo na ba so say eye ebeboa sounds na mahama de a odi aba is a water ministers so na oma ne ministers in so first class mo bia yusu no eye Ghana scan de ye save. That's what I'm saying ba catch us say ye besre ne convoy no eno so omo ente so na mbo ama Ghana sikase ne sa petrol ne sa no manya no sikamro man because o man no ahuchire wom any taxes no sa o tititi sa ministers in sa ways na so be bo ama taxes so iden aba fo ama sika iden aba man nim na estefia me patro we de masem we nka wa asem ho em se video bi security se eye yakwa ko hu sika bi me patro adaroma wait me nyamu details a
I must say counterfeit money. Police post statement almost say counterfeit money. Until trying details na be sound by almost say counter they are all ports, they are all containers mono.
Ane.
Almost say counterfeit money.
Ninti efa himfa na ebewura omani man to be ehu.
We don't know. Some I think normal into almost the investigation if I'm sure they will bring the full report.
Mate. Erase.
Yeah. At the end maybe on my buy I need say a prayer because I'm sure they have to give us the information. Police board they have to give us information. You who say free baby na buy and obi na na free Ghana no odeko. Because America for sika there unto Ghana and kase obi chat. Unto chat original to say the way they go about their in and easy sir. But I'm buying any final thoughts I say na mako yero usu bempa.
I feel me that say so I sign amame akwenya ni biem em say nipa bebre akasa nkofo aba become again usu bensa
demonstration against you to ready.
They allowed to they have to find fault first. It's very important because we any demonstrations to say empty sir. It won't add any value to you being in opposition. Now, answer na me call no. Usube mpaka insembi me pese me de to Ghana for enim na me Ghana for ano ho. O say ora no ye fiase no. Almost started from the Airbus. Na ni ref say ni ref nso amekai no aka Ghana for nyina say Airbus no President Mama on that Airbus scandal, he was cleared by the special prosecutor. Inti senere fia omo appointed special prosecutor. And yani didn't buy or clearing. So that case is dead, it's gone.
Yeah.
They should forget about it. I'm just reminding him and reminding Ghanaians. Yentos nkobiem. Or say ora yenkonko fa inkofua. There was conviction that happened, and as a matchlock issue, no conviction that happened during their time. Yanko form umbra. Now, Miss Remy Bissau say, Maslock, Tama, judgment was passed on. What did the NPP government do about it? Because they were then supposed to send an Interpol. Say, asamesi everybody say, until you hear no, Ghana. That is how it works. So if they slept on it, then the word incompetence go to him and his party. So these are some of the things. Yefru bone onimse masa. Meka asisu say nea MPP aye etutro asem ye kasa ye de ensabo ye bo ye giye mind. These are the very things that upset Ghanaians, and it has worked to your disadvantage. A month in opposition, I was expecting a very different approach. But Ubroni Kebi or say you can't teach an old dog a new trick. Why? Because the NPP will always be an NPP, and Ghanaians should note this behavior from the first month. These people should not come near any power. And then Owusu Bempah and say demonstration is their civic right. Really? Now they know. Okay. When people were struggling to even demonstrate, police was used, state was used to frustrate demonstrators. We all know this. Changing their route, not allowing them, water cannons, what have you. Today, I'm happy Owusu knows demonstration is our civic right. Let's write that in the books of governance forever. It's very important. This is why sometimes I say a politicking is very dangerous. When you begin to change the political tone and the political language, but stay as within the governance. Another thing, okay, see, also into Ubaya, also make out in Penifoka, there is no magic tree. There is no magic wand. Him say Nebibia aye. Mamu 8 years. 8 years in power. You retrogress Ghana 30 years back. Some refia maybe Bobi so ama Macau. The energy sector, mobile, they are quite car power. Amari. In Niama Kama, the sector was fine. Yebe heritage do so ampa ebeye West Kakra because of the West African gas pipeline. We all know you guys stood on that. In demonstration, you can't sound incompetent. 1 month, you are still using that word. I'm even shocked. We fixed the system. Mobile baby job. Debt in the energy sector. And no. And Americans are more buying, and Dr. Baumia or Sisa bank guarantee or no insurance guarantee, and this are base scandal about sa energy sector. They see ne sa kano and meme energy sector, but not they also doomstone because you know what you've created. But do so, let me tell you, we NDC and the people in charge, we are competent enough, and we will fix Ghana again. We will bring Ghana to the level that was handed to you guys before you destroyed everything. And still money in the home. And Ayame says still our money in the home.
Okay. I'm very all right. Because your time last week.
Nate ose kasabe te si omu opposition Ghana for better kasabe Ghana for me bom koko mo pa mo ko video no omo kire so omu opposition no sa na omo de bae omu nim kasabe aye kadada Ghana for enti Ghana for me o kasa na metie o So I'm a communicator. We both sit and listen. And then I'll pick up the juicy points I want. Ghana for Munko tie or say kasabe on the bed that. So when they come with the kasabe, Munkanchrom say, we've seen all these before. And the American Taswo, I'm a Ghana for say Ghana for your doma say. Ne unprecedented akwenyom de maye and believe they have in the NDC. Oh matwa maye. Yen jomi hambo. We will make sure we face Ghana. Some of the progress might be slow because of Bonea NPP. Some of them, we will pick up the pace and do them within a twinkle of an eye. Okay. We just want to govern Ghana with all Ghanaians. We will be transparent and they should travel with us as a political party for the next 4 years. And they shouldn't judge us on the early stages, but they should judge us within the mid-term going to an end. And they will see fundamental changes that every single Ghanaian, we will build a Ghana not for the limited few privileged families and friends, but a Ghana that every single Ghanaian, it doesn't matter what village, which area you are, you will benefit from. That's okay. It. Thank you.
Mr. Osman, I also final thoughts in you.
Me, as a mini can me who baby or didn't now. First of all, I think it's very important. Say, best set the record straight. Say, if you are a brand you know, Bekasa na Sebi, is he na ma fine, and a binum Bekasa or sorry, or move your man because you're a public figure. No, so, oh, many as you don't get your honest. Many as you don't get ya. Me so watch as you don't get ya 20 times. Who was you don't get ya on the party? Me see. Very important. I'm not saying anything. Me too wanna sign. Yeah, me can say married draw. Who they married draw? What you say? Sometimes you know it's nice you be in public place and people me show me a branch look at my person. I know only me and I know the me compare obi and only me look at me
size is irrelevant
now only me
because me say obi no yakopon bo no yenya anu ye wom yenya ke nyina ye person yakopon obo 10 gram on ade. We don't determine how we come into the world, so don't address that issue.
Okay, Mame, because first of all, me respect your president, your MPP for Ibuadie. I have never and I will never attack the person of His Excellency. If you only me politics, I always say your mama, His Excellency. Me being can be fan the person honda. But the politics na me attack it. I always attack his politics. And I will never disrespect the president of the Republic of Ghana. Or then I am a president. And if you know me, it may kasaya man for be or muntie. Because the president in leadership almost shows is incompetent. Me need not have. The air cosun ye can wasem. What you say? Mini aneka bibi about the energy sector. Mini energy sector, them say we need one of the alcohol. Or the alcohol there, or the bon cra. Say you can't the reason why there will be doom so. It is not about even the death there. What you have said, there is a serious problem happening within the energy sector. You buy interventions and they buy them. Konakobusa said one man sign the most expensive gas contract in the world. Sankofa contract. One man sign. Yeah, the Bele Ghana for MIA Tia. They intimate Tia. Doom so beba because I'm cutting it off. And this is one example that I'm giving you. Etiminia, ye nimidia kafia. MPP yenye ya dwene se sebio ye betrans na bibia ya be sorry aba be criticize anything. The course within the first 30 days na ya ofe. Se wa ban no. Se de musu super ekufu ado aban ni MPP aban se emfa tumi mamun. First 30 days yi de mu ye besi usu anke hye o ma. mabunu atie si Ghana ha edi nkonti ma chasing crofo ukroma lawlessness police station cry no police station has been burned down, people brutalizing and entering in state institutions ukroma. It shows that they come from a revolutionary background, and when it comes to unleashing violence, nobody can beat them. And you are telling me, say, it's normal. Normal, now be praise here. Fine. When we talk about say, oh, I was just trying to justify, say, service here fighting corruption. Mumu na mo show say, mo ye animal farm of fighting corruption, and that is when you be a fugitive or no wadania, competent court of jurisdiction. Aye case say or the Jirimaka Ghana my brana muwa bemu or the adwadifoɔ masika dwane allegedly ama yɛhwehwɛ no ama court to see enchi no fa no kwafiase obae na so fight corruption o foreign minister na ono no mudi na di ade na nim no ono no so ye champion of corruption my pa no bejakuo dam bani on the di anim so onkoche nkrofo mra asabi one no na me de me na example no say me krom asante achem obu edan wo fie no aye rose no ni nua ba dan no bu no first. That will show you moral justification. Eti asema ye kan say mo ye na kama kofa said na maba na mo de na kwhye jail na people for say yes and everybody alright is working looting na ye kan wansem no me catch you say Atamils set up investigative, may so rest in peace, former president Awanyan baby ko set investigative body against His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Say yes, you uncle to play on your mamra, dream be a course. It was set and any if you unim any na and a papa no to an was here. Investigative in uncle so amasu be omunko famra or rap for uncle famra and also a Ghana Fusika. President Rollins a time a committee was set up on Accra Sports Stadium can 2000 and can 2000 or so before MPP for be free NDC for be free 1999-98. Now President Mahama omuboni din wom say corruption be cause so that time no a deputy minister, he was part of the committee. Omunkofa sa ani omanom famra yen kan wasem between 2000 and 2009 the basic 2013 on can force as ankophobia question chire kuntuna se allegedly ton man ankophobia omukojiji hu sikadi ye no omunshase investigate that matter no omunko into state lands ayaji no from since a time immemorial no omuwa bemu no from 1992 ade banyina no omunshase enko ho say yes ye chechiro mind now me start to say obi say obi aye say na ya shase akofa ayi ni ebe kan sa ye ne sa ya chichiro man a enye yi enu nti ne ye say ye nara assassin ye nyina ye dia Ghana fo nyina ne ye dia na branch no obeka say demonstration na the demonstration no masa mu ye demonstration o Ghana ha ankrofo etutu police fo ayi kakis da ye hura so police fo bro police fo okroma no ye ni no ne ye ti Afghanistan na
you are sure demonstration the pili gadoche beba so
Efia MPP is coming out as a political party, you know. Yen transit here in your responsible opposition.
Okay.
Otiase. And as a civic me a citizen of this country. Me will right. There will be an kokra me sorry a demonstration. Send me a demonstration. Obia to be so any chroma and mabunu baby and sa ETC chrome say omo ye demonstration. Obi stop papa. Fifi. Obi stop obi. Fifi obi stop obi.
Change your route, you move frustrate you.
Let my vote count. That be Fifi. Let my vote count to cry. Mo boy any tear gas and I'm to ye. Mo brew ye koboko mo video no. But the bama. I'm not table a demonstration. What I say. Obi anya omoshi. Obi anya omoshi.
Okay.
They went about their duties. It is a do honor to be a citizen of this country. Said their branch any can on what you have no kika the end of Ghana. Omra Ghana no beji now. Now on your politics in be. Now to be na kika the or there. And the point that we are making is say and no interest will be babe gadi will be. Obi intimi share the timeline to criticize this government or when and how and when. If you Ye man grace period at 30 days, you know. Say you become one March, March, you see March, you know, of course, 2 months. 2 months to roll up policies. You can roll up the ordinary people know, say, wagenda Ukraine, the opesa we ni. Iti Ghana for be whom the opesa we ye fear. Opesa we ye, the opesa we be a president Mahama. You perceive who say, and Kanya Nijina and so. Petrol prices cost for meneko kumase uko kumase most places be on my doom some kwafia for obusu for kumase na busa
okay very well
and kania ye dum no e dom for my soon e dom ma for soon betting tasa doma amaka say his excellency o can say enkwala na mu chat lot bet no oba obeyi afri ho say betting tasa na fe kura na mu aye den e maburu no busa questions. And cook kitten ye here, and cook kitten. Ye here. What you say, if you there are a lot of things that is there. It's just that this government is almost lying on way to power, and it's glaring. You see, a global swa if you are not pa. Ye nyai kasa ne, nyai kasa china, ye be kasa. They said the woman ebe super ya ban kan semu a enimu nyina ma Ghana for ehu se bibi koso a omo ba ye no hwini kutreyam omo hunu kotokro no omo de kurahye the same bottle beer bottle ani ehu no 2015
final comment I will make it here that
and omo ahwie and omo di nsu agumu bibia ni hwini kutreyam. There's nothing going to happen under the sun. Tiesre Ghana for said ye kase minu afifi se mi empacho. Ye patrol because Ghana for Tom color TV akoto black and white. The ye kana Ghana for ni say NDC nipa bibi papa bi ade boye. So ka se fia ba kono me du we twam na mawie. Almost say President Mahama say or say minister say kwa momfa ekufu ado ayedi or kai or declare all government officials will be kwa mo bi amfa business class. In fact, travel courtesies kwa already drawn in and say obi wa uni kwan so obetu now you see you wa and oh yeah sa ni omo ya omo keka nyina no just to throw that in the eyes of people say President Mahama obaye oye bibi di akere say or fight corruption na the oye no oye on country na appointees no says he's a appointee biba na so obeye the foreign minister on country okujeto ablakwa so okujeto una bejina Ghana nyina nim as a foreign minister of the Republic of Ghana. You cannot use propaganda to lead my government. What you say? Because you are going to do geopolitics. Geopolitics, it needs high level of diplomacy, truthfulness, honesty, and strategy.
Demonstration.
What you make an say? If you are my friend, no, just say. Demonstration. I am a civic right, and I can come out anytime I feel like going on demonstration, and nobody can stop me. Yeah, can say it is loading, and when we are share ground so as a ground so no necessity say as a MPP about demonstration, nobody can stop us, and we are just watching with an eagle eye on this government. Glaringly, it shows that they are moving into a wrong direction. With this country, I'll be heading to Ghana, baby. We are moving into a wrong direction, and we are not going to stop. Say, we'll be at baby say, my criticize or my buying. Also, say, no, and count down the way, and my baby now back attacking the person. Now, Kufuado, the Sena Mojanini, a Kufuado, the Mojanini, MPP are buying the Namojanini.
Yeah, that's it, baby. You're also been panning a year of 50 ampere. Yeah, the moon now wants to send a mobile. Yeah, another program, so we appreciate you. You're a 50 ampere, Deputy Director of Communication, my NDC UK. And so you're also been panning, so also been passed. No, a former Director of Communication, my Ghana Gas, but he's also the Deputy Director of Communication for MPP4. Jerry, good evening. Mamintio.
Good evening. If you
but on top of mine, I know one man tempted. I can't call us maybe.
I also been pass them over too much. If I'm the MPP for losing or losing, I almost attach because some more can't gig about who create new army far about. So what I say. say no yenyai MPP we buy obey bi miss me ye bi ye say me ma BT obi timi ka say mo hunu so kra chen it no yen so ye buy say hunu bi ye pagan and koso that okuja to black asem okofa buy he has ups and downs. What the past is gone. Almost call that in okuja to eka same beach na fanyo marking say as I see be or Winniba, almost can once. I felt no mark can make a profound statement. Be say a court no job that day they should jail him because say I felt no mark you are only 47 or 46 years. Okay, and okuja to can okaja so now you are digging me a land that I bought it 25 years ago. Now so at 47 years now or 25 years ago now to subtract that 25 years from your 47 years. That's give you 22 years. It do better at the age of 22 years, you have that money to buy such land. Oh, we never. They are all liars.
Go and
watch the tape.
Yeah, but the fact that one person also does not mean that conclusively you can also say it's a liar.
It's not true.
No,
it's not true. Let me just retract the word liar. Let me retract the word liar. But I don't agree with him. I disagree with him. Let me use that word so that it will be more professional.
Questionable because I age, ordinarily known to me.
Exactly. I disagree. So, at the age of 22, you bought over 100 acres. Come on, Ghana, Nagari, Uton Gary, that time I know a school. So that time no 22 years, no a university. You don't add up. Young pep choir, first one you base yes your mind Ghana. No. MPP, NDC, fine. Since I need third, fourth part in there, one of them will lead the country at all costs. It's in your main suggestion says, Mama Naba, let's wish him well. Yeah, money moment because man, enjoy you. Why are you wishing him bad? It been an year catch NDC for the during a coup for other time. Don't wish the man bad because they say now you did $58 million. Echo to Govt. I can't both MPP and NDC I can't. And you do wish Mama so also made the same thing. Is that what we want? We should start reasoning like Ghanaians. Now, wish Papa is okay. Mistakes in there, but the past is gone. Going forward, say, Ora Mama, Nyamia Shira, what you be 60 ministers? And we are plus. What saving and Sikaka Crow? Would them ready to Akwamu? Ministers are leveraged lifestyle, no more living. You said it. Everybody will say it's not welcome. First class flight, your term no for economy. Stop portray Ghana for an accommodation. They should see something in you. But me fear accommodate me. I'm sorry, I'm a Garini in Kati area. Now, minister, a business class, no a fly. Omo consul a per diem, omo kosuanhwe, ni aje per diem, no ase ababa. It was be any so. It is right now all that we are saying is MPP should stop that propaganda. Say a demonstration, omo ye beat, ye be yom be ateka. Sanya you could see now no another prayer anxiety baby me who video be all say MD ukoto say MPP ni NDC ni ekwa o ye MPP ni support NDC MPP ni mo NDC ni no now for all those kind NDC for say what around what would they do? You are calling for a war. What I say, if as a leader I'll be a fair honorable. I don't pray I have a problem with that guy because on Pagan and Kosovo. So Pagan and Kosovo, you never tell anybody. Now me ya say, I break beer the account. Ubenya microphobia, you can't no mati no musu di echiri koye. I don't know no uncle Santo Pan. I don't pray. Hey, my send this in MPP ni be country free parliament, bra. Mo de some was sorry. Pa pon we drew no our be Santo Pan. Nobody should listen to them anymore. Let's reason like Ghanaians. Ni enwe no man in Kosovo na fia yemfa adwuma nemra. No be free no the adwuma ba or you're comfortable say or be adwuma woni krom and Sri Lanka krom crowd peja Singapore and yet Ghana ni yet the Dubai ya brochiro they have nothing. It's just a desert. Or my nyamia shira all the mineral resources. Why sending its citizens are suffering? Why? Trust ye ti kroma na obi ma so ye pampam binum. Ya homete. Nanka ukromo ya kan papa kan ya no bi atam ne bag. Oh, mukra performance in free ebeko. So what I say, but who kon we chinye it in result pe ba bi do tite. Ni amefa. What in common as it in yenya ni ye no na ye moa mama na mambo na wo bu no. Ye support no could do black. Me personally I have problem with him. But we are there. He has given the note, they given the position. Bia na kan yeah unwokronfo am rubber wadane so for that. Esi da bia afia me boa. It could be say mama this time mama ba waba no. He's going to make sure say obia position or mom no. He will supervise them. All me transition o mo hwe mo mejimi. Like before. Media right now.
Yeah, man, the benefit of the
benefit of the doubt and let them do the job. Whatever position they've given to anybody, I have vetting. Whether well, depending you vetting them or pass it through. When you're not the position manner, hey, wish him well. Bompa pamano na nyame emfa komapanto non sacra o madin say krono honhom na ete Ghana fo mu no yes mo jan kan mani na ntwam. Until then, no, Ghana can never grow.
Okay,
Obi obeba bia beka oh na MPP omo ye say yes you be omo say we say when are we going to grow? I say
yeah that's a valid point.
I mean Manuesi Mobin Kasa.
Mr. Sakwa about your meeting also.
Sister Fia, good evening.
Good evening. But your voice Takrama and I mean himself because uti train immunity o.
Mr. Bas Mukra na
Bas, okay.
Yeah, Kakrabin and Pesameka. Mahama has no I would say he has no excuse to fail us this time around. You know, typically I'm a typical MPP guy. You lose through. This time around, it's not about MPP and DC. Mahama's second term, he has come. This time around, he shouldn't come and give us any story because so what I say, and you pet that kind of excuses here, or those kind of excuses. No, we don't want those excuses. We're in the ministers. On fund the budget to cram by MPP people, we have to calm down. Papa shed the because me know because if you are on call parliament to cram far the budget to cut to horse hair. Say. I started criticizing. No. We should give the man a time. Maybe your cash or be started implementing maybe. Maybe menya cramp say anke fool abafom pa. Menya na dollar ni ye CD no compete. Ni nyina ye ni age anyway. And so was some measures not the beba ni dia on farm brand them. But so call wrong there. After say or then the budget beba na so for baby na nya dia ye beka ho ase. And no pan there yam fanchen ye be bonage. So what I say. To me kakra me so me work
Yo, that's Mr. Sakwa de Yakopon phone go fie boko why?
Amen.
Yo. Enti ebusa ya na mase pa Cobra message or there about Combra I think Cambra. I said Jerry should not throw a jazz about Afenyo Market owning the business cross ana or babe politics. I say it is only in Ghana that the same action is seen in two different views. Same person says it's bad when it was MPP time, but the same person is saying it's good when it's NDC time. Ghana Kwape and yes sir. And also politicians well don't use the language. Only court and a bit me declare will be a thief. So I am use words you don't understand the legal implications of the words, but yes sir. A protocol senior say you kasa or kasapa chesa or in a need form and or kasa said the SS na efata and so a chika say Nanado AUSU $58 million US, the biggest manhole in the $58 million for now. For my saying, are you sure about the figure? Because now for PricewaterhouseCoopers for audit one the figures by how much has been spent on entire project. I was joining on Jasu Jumedi. It's been a pleasure. Send aye eduma na yede program na nyina abram yakopon ya adom ebesa to us Wednesday we may go back to Donald Trump in the deportation issue and yes I will come back to the politics and talk about politics ni issues a ɛwɔ Ghana na ba yɛda mase yakobon hia mu nyina sɛ mu nyina mo ne etna ye me de discussion no at the brem ye ba mu nyina monitor yakobon fo bia enhwe obia so na on twe say be santo so. I said that's on common high life radio, Kings Jersey radio, Nasra radio ne Adapupa media ne Bigacho FM ye blessed on law and any team now. Thank you so much and mo joining. Good night.